Perfect. So we are here live on YouTube for today's most likely expected board questions for computer applications. We have got Dr. Prakash Pitroda sir from like St. Mary's, a stalwart teacher having like more than 30 to 33 years of experience into like ICAC subject of computer application. He has expertise into that. He's been teaching since long and holds a strong knowledge about the same. Any doubt, any like on the topic wise or at the micro topical level also, you will be getting it resolved. But again, I'll be telling you, just don't throw your doubts like rigorously. Just wait for the topic to get over, and like if still your doubt persists, then and only then you could ask your doubts. Perfect. And two things from my end. This session would be live streamed on YouTube, as well as the most likely questions that we have made. It would be made available by two ways. Number one, it would be posted into the Roughbox app free study material section. Number two, you would get it through a drive link, which would be posted into the description box of the live streamed video. Perfect. By if any chance, if you face any difficulties while accessing that, what you do is just simply ping us on 915-295-8335, or you could message us also. Another way is you could install the Roughbox app and then message us into the chat over there. We'll definitely respond as quickly as possible and get your doubt resolved. Okay. Also, the videos for like computer applications, the crash course, the test that we took in have been already unlocked for you guys. The batch code about the same would be posted into the description section. Also, we'll be posting into the live chat section of that. Apart from that, here on the like Zoom meeting which we are doing, we'll also post it into the chat section. By any chance, if you don't get that also, I've already given you the number. Call us upon or like message us or to the Roughbox chats, ask us for those, and we'll definitely be able to do like serve you. Okay. Prakash sir, anything from your end, or we are good to start with the session?
I just want to know again, my what do you call my semester 2 videos are going to be open to all or not?
Yes, sir. For everybody, everybody.
Because I'm
Today,
tell them they
evening,
them
let
or they'll be needing them.
perfect, perfect.
So I'll tell everyone in case like so many topics are there. If I'm not able to explain everything, at least my videos are there with all the explanation. So I just want to know.
Absolutely perfect.
Okay, take
The
it.
batch code would be posted to the live chat. Also, Pratham would post it into the Zoom meeting that we are doing, sir.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
you're good to go with that. Thank you. Thanks a lot. All the best.
I'm locking the room, so everybody will have to come now in the what do you call the lab session in on YouTube. Okay. One. All right, guys. The meeting room has been locked now, and if you have any of your friend or anyone is joining, please tell them to join through YouTube now. It's not possible to taking people in while I'm teaching, so you will have to join by YouTube. There's no other choice, right? And let's begin understanding from here on. This is a session where I will try to explain you what are the maximum chance of a particular question and a topic to come in the exam, and few of the questions that I've already jotted down, which we'll be discussing. They'll be available on Roughbox. So as the Roughbox, you can say the officials have said, my videos are there. My videos are there on SEM2 full portion with Roughbox. You tell them according to what they have just now declared. They will be able to give you the access of the videos, so you can go through them for the explanation of things in detail. I will not have that much of time as of now. So without any further ado, let me start with the first the chat over here. All right. So as far as theory is concerned, I'm going to start with the theory portion. I hope you guys are able to tell me. The rule is very clear. If you're going to raise your hand, I will allow you to unmute yourself. You will not be able to unmute yourself without my permission. Okay, so right now I'm going to do first these questions what I have decided. Okay, followed by the programming question, and thereafter I will take your any kind of doubts or difficulty. So your raising of hand, all right, will be of use only once I start asking you a question on your doubts or difficulty. Meanwhile, you keep a notebook and a pen. You have any doubt or difficulty, all right, write your question over there. When I ask you, okay, now I discuss with the doubts, I will take you one person at a time. So then I will unmute you, all right, and you'll be able to speak. Okay. So as of now, I am starting with these questions. These questions are available on Roughbox. So you know, you don't need to write down, take down these questions. You will be able to download them probably once the session is over. Okay. So let's begin with here. I have only three students whose doubt I'm going to clear, and thereafter I'm going to start with the session. Uh, Kishore.
Sir, actually, I'd raised the hand to answer the question.
No, okay. Nobody will now do anything because I will not have time. Rule is very clear. I will take the question. I will give the answer. Okay. The answers are also available on a rough box. Once this is done, all right, then I will ask anybody has any specific question or doubt about it. We'll discuss it out because it's difficult to discuss so many students available and allow people to raise their hand and answer. So here is the first question. Dot caret function returns a value. Now you need to keep a notebook and a pen ready. When I tell you certain things important, mark them as that these kind of questions that you need to prepare for your exam. Okay, so that you know what kind of question. So question number one says dot caret function returns a value. So dot caret is to remove a character from a specified index position. Hence, it's not cares. It's supposed to be care. All right, so the answer is dot care. So here is the answer to this question. Returns. Now remember this. This question is certain in the ICSE exam. They will be definitely asking you one question on return data type of a particular function. There are around 20 to 24 functions there. Okay, only those functions will be available and their return type will be asked. Towards the end, I'll tell you which all the functions are supposed to be done by you. Anything other than that is not part of your syllabus. So you need to be very careful about learning. Okay. So dot char is definitely a function whose return type is is going to be char. CHAR, and that too also in small letter. Remember, all keywords must be written in small letter only. So if there was a CHAR or there was a CHARACTER like that, all right, then it is not. It is return is a data type. Data type has to be all keywords. They're byte, short, int, long, char, float, boolean, and double. So this is CHAR. Then you will definitely get a question on output of a string function. So I'm expecting at least 2 to 3 questions on this. All right, minimum you should get 2, out of which definitely you will find something related to dot index of, last index of, and a substring. Substring will also be there. I'll show you, and a compare to. So here is a question: happy dot index of p plus unhappy dot index of last index of p. So index of function returns the uh, first occurrence of a particular character. So the first occurrence of p is over here. Index of that index begins with 0, 1, 2. So this number is 2. All right, plus unhappy last index of, will see the last occurrence, that is over here. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the last occurrence is 5. 2 plus 5, your answer is going to be 7. So here is your answer for this particular question. Then very important for you to understand this compare to pran.pranay. So all those who are not understanding this, I'm just taking you very quickly to the written question over here. One moment. Okay, so here is I'm sharing the PPT work. So compare to is an extremely important function. I feel that compared to 100% question will come. Just to tell you very quickly, in compare to, we have string one dot compare to string two. In this case, what computer will do is computer will apply the code numbers. I'm sure everybody should know your code number. Capital A to Z is 65 to 90. Small a to Z is 97 to 122. 0 to 9 is 48 to 57. And space is 32. These many code numbers you must know. If you don't know these code numbers, you will not be able to solve this. So I'm just giving you one simple example. Say P R A N A Y. Pranay dot compare to Pratik. What computer does here? Computer will find out the code number of the first character. Okay, and it is always the first string minus the second string code number. So capital P and small p code numbers will be known to us. Anybody remembers code? Sorry, I'll need to just remove the code numbers. Code numbers will not be available. One moment, guys. I need to get the code numbers with me. You need to know these code numbers. I am not remembering all the code numbers, but yes, you should know your what you call the alphabets A to Z, 65 to 90, and 97 to 120. I'm just getting the okay. So here is a code number coming up. Just give me a minute. Okay, here are the code numbers. You all need to remember. You can't remember each and every one, but if you know the first one, remaining all are in alphabetical order only. So capital P according to this is 80. Okay, so if I go here and I say this will be 80, computer point of view 80 minus 80. So this answer is 0. Therefore, computer will take the next character R. So what is the R code? Small r code. Okay, so if I see here small r p q r code is 114. So computer will do 114 minus 114, which is still 0. So then computer will take 97 minus 97, which is still 0. So computer will take the next one, capital N and small t. Obviously, these two are two different characters. They will have different. N is 110, T is 160. So N is 110, T is 116. This minus this is minus 6. As long as the answer is other than 0, your answer will be printed on the screen. Okay, so this answer is minus 6. So it returns an integer type of a value. Now, if I would have had Pratik over here and Pranay over here, the answer would have been positive 6. Okay, now the question here is Pranay dot compare to Pran. Now, when you have first, second, third, and all characters same. Now, logically, by how many characters the first string is greater by the second is your answer when all the character matches, but one of the side has little more character. So this has 2 characters more compared to the other characters. That's why Pranay is greater by 2 characters. Your answer will be 2. If Pran would have been here, okay, and compared to Pranay here, then this answer would have been -2, because then pran is lesser by 2 characters than the second string. So you, as a programmer, you should know each code number. You should go in and find out where the difference of character comes. That will be the difference in this case. Whereas in this case, different number of characters. It is always the first string values minus the second string values. I hope you guys have understood this. I'll carry on with the Zoom session, the question sessions. So I'm going to minimize this. Okay, so this answer is 2 in this case. What will be generated out of the following statement? It says discovery string substring dot roboto, it is of course roboto dot index of o comma 5. So whenever you get a question like this, your inside the bracket will get executed first and then outside. So we will find what is a roboto, which is index of is first occurrence. First occurrence is here. So 0, 1. So this entire answer is logically 1. Okay, so if I write 1 comma 5, it is 1 comma 5. Logically, I hope you remember here, if I write 1 to 5, 1 comma 5 means substring to be removed from 1 to 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 5 number will not be counted. It has to be cancelled. Okay, so your computer will remove from index position of 1, 2, 3 and 4 only. The last index is ignored when both the starting and ending positions are given. It is always the ending position -1. Okay, so 1 to 5, as we have seen, 5 is not counted, but 1 to 4 will be taken, and 1 to 4 is ISCO. So your answer is ISCO. Okay, so this is going to be your answer. Let me just undo this part. Okay, so here is your answer. Then this is another question that you have a chance to come in the exam, where string is joined with any other data type. So if you look at this, there is a string, there is a character, and there is a integer. So whenever there is a string given along with any other data type, all other data type will get absorbed along with a string and becomes a part of a string. So 12 is a string, plus a become 12a, plus 20 will become 12a20. So they become now string. So in case you have any string which is available with a plus sign, without a block, without anything. So for example, suppose if I would have written here, say 25. Suppose I would have written here 25, then it is 12 plus is not going to become 25 plus 20, 45. It is 12, which is 1, 2 plus becomes 2, 5 plus 2, 0. So they will just join as 1, 2, 2, 5, 2, 0. They will not take 25 plus 20 as 45 and then join behind 12. The moment string is available, everything else around becomes string. Suppose if I put it like this, okay, then it will become 25 plus 20, 45, and then it will join to 12 as 1, 2, 4, 5. But if there is no bracket, means every other data type will be automatically taken as a part of a string, absorb it and make it as a string. So you'll have to be very careful when this kind of a question will come in the exam. Okay. So this is the answer to this question. Then of course, again, this is India.index of A. Very important for you to understand that if a character is not given, a character is not a given, character given is not present into the thing. Now India A is small. This is a case sensitive. If the character is not present, in all cases your answer will come -1. In all cases your answer will come -1. So if I put Z, I put hashtag, I put digit, I put anything which is not present in this place into the into the string, is the answer -1. Because 0 is a possible index number and any positive number is a a possible index number in case the string is big. So the first impossible index number is -1. That's why you have been given that value. Then in the seventh one, you have new year dot caret, again new year dot length -1. So let's say new year dot length. Inside part we will work first. So new year. So here is the length. One length is the only function which is going to be taking human count. So if I take a human count as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so 10 becomes my length. 10 minus 1 is 9. So this is 9 now. Okay, this entire value is now caret 9. So other than dot length, everything else is going to be starting from 0 index position. So then my 9 number is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. The last exclamation mark is my 9 index, all right, which is the answer. Remember one thing, the last index of any the index of any string is always going to be dot length -1. Dot length is human count. Human count starts with 1. That's why it is always going to be one more counting than the actual index position. In human index, human counting is 1. Computer will mark them as 0 to 9. Then what will be the return data type? You need to be very careful. I've been insisting. Number of children make this mistake. Read your question carefully. Return data type of the following Java statement. It's not asking you which is a value, but it is asking you what is the data type. So irrespective, of course, there is a character here, but the moment it is letter, all the library functions that character dot is uppercase, character dot is lowercase, character dot is digit, character dot is letter, character dot is letter or digit, character dot white space, all of them returns a boolean type value because they are considered to be true or false. So we are making a statement that character is letter or digit in this box, in this what do you call bracket. So computer will evaluate and return whether the statement made by us is true or false. So of course, I am not bothered about what the output, I am bothered about what is the return data type. So it will return me either true or false. What kind of process is taking place? 100% question again in the ICC exam. All right, is boxing, unboxing. In the 9th standard. So I'm just showing you here. Okay. In 9th standard, you have learned casting. Casting is a process of converting primitive data type to another primitive data type and vice versa. Okay, so all the data type byte, short, int, long, float, char, boolean, double. Only boolean is the data type that cannot be converted into one another. Rest all the data type can be converted into each other. So we did casting there where we learned two types of casting, implicit cast and explicit cast. All right, so sure you all know, remember this, your highest data type is double, followed by float, followed by long, followed by int, followed by short, then byte. Of course, character is a different data type altogether, and boolean is the only data type that cannot be converted into any other data type. Converting lower precision data type to higher precision data type is implicit cast, higher to lower is explicit cast. Then you had data conversion. Conversion is done using two functions. One is your dot to string, and another is dot value of. Value of and dot parse. Parse functions are also part and parcel of it. You will get 100% question 1 mark on, okay, which is there in our question bank as well. And then you have the third process is boxing, or also known as auto boxing and unboxing. Okay, so boxing is a process of converting any primitive data type to into its wrapper class object. Or all right, and unboxing is exactly opposite. The wrapper object, class objects to primitive. Now, this is a very important thing that you will be learning probably at an advanced level. Right now, you are absolutely at a novice level. So, you are just learning whether how it can be converted. But in practical life, it is of more use. For example, if you have seen your Excel, in Excel, if you pick up one data and you apply a function on them, all right, any Excel function, it works. Now, if you have 1,000, let's say 10,000 data, you cannot keep sitting and picking up one data and apply a function. So what you do is you select the entire data and then you apply one function, and the function applies to all the data that is selected. So logically, when you select the data, it becomes the object of the class. Okay, and then the function is applicable on all of them. So someday in future you will learn how to take a group of data, but right now you have only one data being converted to the object. So if I have an integer data, I can take it directly also. I can straight take a wrapper class integer. I'm sure you all know wrapper class, there will be 100% question on each data type. Okay, so one of the data type wrapper class should be asked in the exam. So obj is equal to new integer of x. It means now the value of x, which is 25 applied here, converted into an object of a wrapper class. I can take it directly also. Integer obj is equal to 25. These both are part of what you call boxing or auto boxing modes. They will convert a numeric value into its object. And if it is a reverse, so if I already have here say x is equal to new integer of 75. Okay, now if I say int y is equal to x, then an object value is converted back into an integer value, that is called unboxing. Okay, so if I take you here and show you here, so it says what kind of process. So we are converting an integer value into the object of an integer class. So this process is called boxing, or even the question would be auto boxing. Both means same. Okay, so I'm just putting auto boxing. Then what kind of process is taking place in the statement here? Num of x, all right, in num of x. Sorry, in int num is equal to x. So here is an object given to you. Integer x is equal to new integer 50. So 50 has been converted as an integer wrapper object. Now we are converting that back into its integer value int. So therefore it is called unboxing, which I have explained. I will take the questions. Please wait. I am not going to pick up anybody. I will. You keep your hand raised, but I will get back to you. Pick the odd one. So if you look at this, this is boxing. This is also boxing. This is also boxing. This is actually explicit cast. So this is your odd one. So though the direct question may not come on casting, uncasting, but it can be a part of something where you may have to choose something where your other things are very well known to you. So you know this is boxing, but the other one is not boxing, it is casting. So this is the odd one. Which of the following set of statements, that is going to be, sorry, keywords are used to define the scope of a variable? How far the variable is useful, the data member is useful, a method is useful. Scope is how far. All right, now in that case you will find we have learned public, private and protected. I have seen many books which has given use also default, but to my knowledge default is not part of your syllabus. Should be asked only public, private and protected. Okay, so these are the access specifier. They'll define the boundary to which a particular data member or a member function can be used. You should get one question on this as well, public, private, protected. Okay, then another question that is certain in the ICC exam is on static and non-static. static data member, non-static data member. So it says a change in a variable. A change in a value of a variable affect all the other objects. So that is your static data members. Let me just very quickly make you understand. A static data member and a non-static data member, both are going to be the global scope variables. Okay, both are global scope variable, but for a static data member, you use static where a single copy of a variable is used for all. Suppose a program has got 10 objects, all 10 objects can use the same copy, all right, to each other. Whereas non-static data member will have a separate copy for each object. I'll give you a simple example about this. Say you are going to, for example, you are going to a market to do a shopping. When a bill is taken place, if you look, understand this way, every customer has a separate bill. In the sense, they may buy different data, different products. So that bill will be made according to what products that they have bought. So there the variables of probably data members of the products that you buy could be a non-static, because for every customer it will change. From customer to customer it will change. Okay, their own value, their own purchases. Whereas if I have a bill number can be a static, because the first customer may have a bill number 1, then the next customer should have 1 plus the next bill should be 2, the next bill should be 3 and 4 and so forth. So static will only work, all right, for all the members independently, whereas non-static will work separately for each member. If I change a value of a static variable, it will affect the next object. So if my bill number was 5, the next object will be 6. If next object will 6, the next object will be 7, because I'm increasing the bill number by 1. Whereas non-static not have any change, I can have another value for each and every object, because one customer will buy something X product, another customer will buy Y product. So in that case, non-static will have a separate copy for each object, whereas this one will have one copy being shared among all the objects. Then it says the variable that is bounded to all the object itself. Bounded means along with each and every object. All right, separately is your what do you call the class variable, that is along with each and every, all right, variable that is bounded. Sorry, one moment. Bounded to all the object itself is the instance variable, not the class object. Instance is object. If you recollect the definition, object is an instance of a class. Instance is nothing but a replica. So it is object. Now the variable is along with that object. So if object moves anywhere, the variable also goes there. That's why they are called instance variable. Then protected int value is equal to 25. If the data member is protected. Now you need to be very careful understanding what is data member. Public data member will be available to not only that particular class, but all the other classes as well. Whichever class, subclass, packages, everywhere you call for it, it will be available. Private, the program in which a private data member is available, it cannot be used outside that class anywhere, only in that class. Okay. Then you've seen a default, in case all those who have seen a default one is only available within the package but not available outside the package, whereas protected is available in the package, okay, to the class is declared, the subclasses and the subclasses of the package outside other packages as well, other packages subclasses. So this answer here, protected value, is D. 100% one question, public, private, protected in the exam. Okay, boolean dot value of will convert any given string value into the wrapper of this class, whatever wrapper is data value. Now true in any uppercase or a lowercase combination of letters, true will always convert it into a small true only, not the capital, though it is capital written here, but since it is converting the wrapper value of this boolean data, boolean type, boolean will store only true and the small, which are actually small letters. The actual letters are small characters of true and false. So this will be any combination of uppercase and lowercase will always convert into the true. Whereas FALSE, false, will remain false in any combination of letters. And suppose if I would have written Mumbai, anything in string other than capital TRUE or any combination of TRUE will always return false. Okay, so when you are converting a boolean, a string written as a TRUE into a boolean data type using its wrapper class, the answer will be true small characters, and everything else including false and any other combination of letters will return you false. So by mistake, if R is over here and U is over here, the answer is false. Another question, 100% in the ICC exam, is going to be a combination of this parsing and dot to string or dot value of. So parsing is going to convert a string value into its data type of a wrapper class. So integer is a wrapper class for int. So a being a string value will be applied here, will get converted into an integer and stored into x. So logically this is integer 125 now. At the same time, if I have any numeric, you can say primitive value, that is double b is equal to 25.25, and I want to convert it into string, this can be also written as no, it's converting into string, so this can be written also as a string dot value of b. Okay, so string also applies a value of now. All right, so I can write either, but this is more likely to come. Okay, this will convert a double value 25.25 into its character. So in the what do you call memory, now my 25.25 is going to be like this string, because it's going into a string. I repeat, x being an integer, it will convert 125 into 125. This is going to convert either of them into 25.25 decimal value to 25.25 string. X is still 125 over here, sorry. X is still 125. So 125 plus y dot length. Y dot length, in y how many characters are there? Then there are 5 characters including dot. So 125 plus 5 is your 130 answer. I hope you guys have understood this. Then there are 25 questions. So we are on 18. Which of the following is an invalid statement? So as a programmer, you should know which are valid and invalid. Of course, integer dot passing, string getting integer is a correct way. Character dot parseChar, there is no function called parseChar. Okay, so this is your invalid answer actually. But let's go and see double dot value of a string allowed. Boolean dot parse boolean Mumbai. This would actually return a false, because a string written anything other than TRUE will return false. So this is your actually answer wrong. Invalid statement. The method that converts data type int to string. Int to string. Int is integer, all right, dot to string. So here is integer dot to string. Okay, this is the method. Your answer is here. This integer dot parseInt, all right, is string to integer, whereas string to string is not a correct answer. What do you call the combination itself? And integer dot parseInt again is similar to this. All right, it's converting a string. It's supposed to be string inside to get converted into integer. So this is the correct answer. State the output of the following program code. Okay, so here this is a little a tricky one. I have just kept one tricky one in case you get in the exam. So if I actually just color it, okay, just to show you a combination. So here is what you have. C dot length. So let's say what is the length? Length is always human count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 values. So C dot length is 8. 8 minus 1 is 7. So it is logically seen as C of 7. What is C of 7? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7 is 37. So this answer is technically 37. Okay, this answer is 37. Now we come here. P modulus C of 2. C of 2, if you look 0, 1, and 2. C of 2 is 32. P is already defined as 37. P is 37. 37 modulus 32. I hope people know their basics of modulus. So if it's written as, excuse me, one moment. If it is written as 37 modulus 32 is 37 divided by 32. Ones are 32, 5 is a remainder. So modulus will return the remainder 5. Let's go back here. So this answer is 5. Now if I'm going to show P value 37, Q value is logically 5. So this is something wrong over here. P is 37, C of 2, 0, 1, 2. Yeah. Q modulus 37. So we are supposed to have P is 37. So this answer is right. It's not supposed to be plus over here. So Q is this. So this answer is actually wrong. We should have written here 5. So this is your answer. You should also get a question on search, but I would rather not go ahead with always a theory. There is more question to be asked in the programming, but for the sake of understanding linear search and binary search, we have written. I will do this in the programming as well. The process of searching, where the search key is matched with the middle element, is your binary search. All right, I'll get the binary search again explained when I get back into the program. Data type char belongs to which wrapper class? So here is the character class is the wrapper class for char. So that's how you have a library function character dot is uppercase, character dot to uppercase, etc. Wrapper class available. Wrapper classes are available. Wrapper classes are integer with I capital, of course, all the data type with the first letter capital, but int is integer, char is character. That is very important. Rest all is belonging to or having the similar name. So byte is byte, but B capital. Okay, they all belong to a default library. Remember, java.lang is a default library. String classes, math classes, all wrapper classes belong to lang. Scanner is util. Okay, other classes someday you learn in 11th standard to 11th and 12th. The process of wrapping of data members and member functions is your encapsulation. Encapsulation is still there, part of your all right syllabus. Of course, this is what I have just now explained. If you recollect now, all right. So integer S1 is 150, S2 is 200. They are all both string. Integer dot percent of this. So this is going to make the number as numeric 150, and this is going to make, so I'm going to just put it over here. This is going to make the number a numeric 200. Okay, numeric 200. Now, very important, A plus B plus space. The moment a string has come, though it is a blank string, everything with a plus in here will get also be a part of a string. So now it is not going to do A plus B as 150 plus 350, 200 become 350, but it will become a string 150 as 150, string 200 as 200 with a space. So this is 150 plus 200, 150 plus 200 with the space, and then again both are string, S1 and S2. We know the string is joined, they are joined, they are not added. So your answer is here 150,200 two times. Suppose if this was in the bracket like this, then computer would have made here 150 plus 200 is 350 with a space and then 150,200. Then this answer was right. In fact, this wasn't also right. This would have been the other way. Yeah, something. Then this answer would have been right if there was a bracket. But since there is no bracket, okay, so they will also be, though there is no character, but as long as double quotes are involved, it is a string. All right, so I hope you guys have understood over here. Now I'm keeping the forum open before I get into the programming to ask a question. I have Bose Sai Nandan. You have a question, Bose.
Yes, sir. Sir, I wanted to know the sizes of the different data types.
Size, there are memory size. Byte is long. Memory
Yes.
size, byte is 2 bytes. Byte is 1 byte. Short is 2 bytes. Int is 4 bytes. Long is 8 bytes. Float is 4 bytes. And double is 8 bytes.
So, a string.
String, there is no size. String size is defined by the number of characters.
Okay, sir.
How many characters it has into 2. Each character is 2 byte. CHAR is 2 byte. So if
Yes.
you watch the video somewhere, I have explained the difference between character and a string. So a character is a 2 byte. Java is a 2 byte code. So it has every character being stored as 2 bytes. So 2 byte into every character including space. So between the double quotes, between, not double quotes counted, every character needs to be counted into 2 is the size of that particular string.
Okay, sir. Sir, and another doubt I had, sir, the function of the value of and difference between string and the value of function. To string and value of difference.
To string is to convert a primitive into a string.
Okay, sir.
The value of is converting any string into primitive type. Sorry, yeah, in string into primitive type. But a string also can, there is a function called string dot value of any primitive. It will convert the primitive into string also. So value of can do both. Okay, so I'll just take you here. So suppose if I have integer dot value of 125. Okay, so x is equal to, then x has to be of integer type because we are converting a string into integer. So x is equal to 125 after this. So if I say SOPLN x plus x, it is going to be 150. Now if I say string dot value of 125, then y can be string. If I say system dot out dot println y plus y, then this has made 125 like this as 125. This is 125, 125. So value of can do both. But dot to string is always primitive to string. So if I have x is equal to 125 as an integer, okay, and I say string y is equal to integer dot to string of x, then y will store 125 like this. And the same thing here can be done with parsing. So I can say x is equal to integer dot parse int of 125. This will also do the same thing. X will become 125. This is supposed to be integer. Okay, and system dot out dot println x plus x will make it to 250. So there is a space full video on this in the Dropbox. All right, I've sent them. They will have. So there is a conversion given. This is a conversion of primitive to string, string to primitive. Okay. Then let's see who's the next. So please lower your hand then in that case. Yeah, thank you. Kishore. Kishore. Okay, sorry, I have to unmute you. Okay. Kishore.
Sir, can you explain the difference between the instance variables and class variables and local variables, sir? Because they're a bit confusing.
Okay, one moment. Just a moment, guys. I am taking this question because there is a 100% question in ICC on this. That is static and non-static. Just a moment. Give me a minute. I'll start my. Okay, all of you must watch here. Okay, assuming here is a class. Okay, all of you must focus here. Assuming here is a class. Okay, one moment, a pen. Yeah. Here is a class. This is your class boundary. Okay. You have one variable been declared as static, another is declared as non-static. So there is no keyword called non-static, so they are called non-static. Variables are also known as class variable, whereas non-static variable are also instance variable. Instance is nothing but an object of a class is called instance of a class. Now, assuming here is a class and I've got 4 objects, then of course assume that x, y, and z, because they are non static variable, they will have separate copy. You can see x, y, z, 5, 10. So their sum is 15. Assume x 4 for another object, y is 100. So the total is 104. For z, it is 7 and 20. So the total is 27, 100, 400. So 500. So if you look at this, for every object, all right, there is a separate value, data value for the instance variable. Okay, now a is 100, which is static, which is here. A will now share its copy with each and every object. So assuming this is your first object, then computer will run this object, then computer will run this object, or a user can run this object. So we are following this order. Now a is 100 over here. Okay, now first value is here 100. Suppose if I use this value somewhere here and I make a is equal to e plus 1 as a statement before I leave, okay, then computer will immediately come here and change this value to 110. So when this object will be used, a is no more 100, it is 110, because I have already changed the value of a into, all right, a plus 10. So the next object will take this value as 110 and not 100. Here also like this, I have got 100, a is equal to a plus 10, because each object will have the same statement being executed. So the moment computer reads this line, this becomes 120 over here, and in the next object, it will use as 120 and not 110. Okay, again, now when I here, this makes 130, and in the new object, it will become 130. Now let's say for some reason I have 110, a plus 10, so this will be. Now, after some time, let's say I run this object, without coming out, I run this object again, it will be 100, it will be 140, because the last object changed its value. So in static variable, all right, there is a single copy being shared among all the objects of the class, whereas in non-static, so-called instance variable, they will have their own separate copy of the class. Any change I make in the static variable will affect all the subsequent object. So if I make a change here, the subsequent object all will have an effect of that because the new value will apply. Whereas in non-static variable, I make change over here, it will not affect here at all because they have their own value. So consider this is a shop billing. Every customer has bought their own products. They have their own values. But this could be the bill number that any once I use the bill and the bill number, I cannot use that. I have to use a new bill and the new bill number. So previous one I used, I changed the value. So the new bill number is applied here. I change the value and the new bill number is applied here. I change the bill number. So new bill number is applied here like that. Is that very clear? I repeat, static data member has a single copy being shared among all the objects of the class. Non-static data member will have a separate copy for each object of the class. Okay. Static data members, any change I make in the data member will affect the subsequent all the other objects as well. Whereas in non-static data member, it will not affect any other data object. It will only affect the in which it is available. So they are called bounded with that instance. Wherever the instance goes, okay, the value will also go. In 11, 12 standard, you will learn object passing as well. I can pass one object to another place. In that case, when you pass an object, the data value will also go along with that. Is that very clear? Sorry. Where? Any question now? Did you understand? Kishore was there, no? Okay, Angad. Angad, question.
So can you please explain the boolean dot value of true question again in the most likely questions?
See, in this place, I can write here, sorry. Any combination of true will return true in small because boolean, this is converting a string into boolean. So in string, I have written no matter what combination. But when I declare, say if I say boolean x is equal to true or y is equal to false, these are the reserved words. They are reserved words by Java. They cannot be anywhere capital or small. So when this true, which is a string, getting converted into boolean, okay, so this has to be boolean data type. So now x cannot store true. That's not allowed. This cannot be your data type. It has to be small. So x will store always true, irrespective of what was given, as long as the spelling is correctly written in combination of all the uppercase, lowercase. So this is capital, small, small, capital, capital, small, 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 all small letters, capital letters. As long as they are all true, the x value will store true. In here, if I have false, false in any combination, false, false, like that, any combination of false will make false like this, because boolean cannot store, all right, capitals and capital letters or a combination. It will always take a reserved word false, and anything other than true or false, Mumbai, India, or any other word will always be false because that's the default value. As long as it was written in the quotes, it was a string. If there is no value which is matching with true, it will automatically take a default value false. So then your x value will be false there. Did you understand? Good. Asta. Astaja.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Sir, question number 15, could you please explain again?
Question number 15. Sorry, yes. One moment, Question number 15. Protected. Protected, private, public is available to all classes, subclasses and all. Understood?
Yes.
Private is only in that particular class in which it is declared, nowhere else. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Default, which is not part of the syllabus, is only available within the package it is declared. Okay. But protected is available not only in the package it is available, but also the subclasses. The subclasses, that is a class which is called a class from a particular package. Okay, so suppose there is a package over here X which has many classes, subclasses. Okay, and I have a class over here, and I have called this class over here. So this is a child class, this is a parent class. Okay, are you getting what I'm saying? Now, if
Yes.
variable over here, it can be used as well here. Though it is inside the package, but it's being applied here. This has to be protected. But if this was a default one, then it can't be used outside. But protected can be used outside. A default is only over here. It can't go out. Public is only within here, but it can be also here. Private is only here. It cannot go out of this class. Protected can be here as well as it can be a subclasses of the packages. I can have another package, okay, which has another thing, and I call a package to a package a class. A protected will come here. Can be applied. All right, protected can go into another subclasses of the other package, subclasses of the classes. All right, but it like default will not come out. If we want a particular variable to be used into another package, subclasses of package, then you have to make it as a protected.
Okay. And sir, then what is the main difference between protected and default?
Default only used in this package. It can't go outside this package. Protected can go outside the package to the subclasses of the other, not the classes, the subclasses. All right, of the package. So here, if this is a subclass, I mean, if this class is calling that class, so this is a subclass. I hope you know the meaning between a class and a subclass. This is a class, all right, this is another class. But when I call this class over here, this is called a superclass and this is called a subclass.
Subclass.
The class which is calling is a subclass, which is being called is a superclass. This is also known as parent class and a child class. This is also known as a base class and this is called derived class. These are the various names that a subclass which is called something. So in this class, so this is a class. If this is calling this class, then a protected will be useful. Default will not be useful. Default is not supposed to be part of your syllabus.
Okay.
Okay, you supposed to the protected, public and private is very clear. It is protected, which is little confusing. A package is a group of, this is a package, is a group of logically related classes. This is another package, okay, which is group of another related classes. Now, if I have a data member over here, which is being used over here, then I'm calling from this package this. So this is a subclass and this is a superclass. Now, if there is a protected data member, I can use it. If it is a default data member, I can't use it. Private data member can't use it, but the public can use it. So public and protected can be used there, all right, into subclasses. Is that very clear? Hello? Or you're confused still? Hello, am I audible? Hello? I'll go to the chat questions as well after some time. Don't worry. Okay, I'm just putting on the next one. So,
Sir, I have a doubt.
who is this?
Sir, this is Kavyan Sharma.
I put it on. Yes, the you only. Okay, the Krish will be the next one. I need to do it a little fast, please, because I need to start with the programming. Yes, Kavya.
Sir, so I had two doubts. So, sir, my first doubt is that, sir, when to use caret?
Caret is to remove a character. So when I'm going to show you a programming part, how to read a character is to read it is to ensure that you read a character. See, practically you see in your life, when you started learning English, okay, for that any language, you first started learning is a character. Then you
Yes.
combine a character to make a word. All right. So first you may have learned A for apple, B for bat, C for cat. Then you have run CAT cat, BAT bat. And then you used all these words into a statement. Now you look at a statement is a combination of only words. And if you're looking, if I'm writing here, he is good friend. Okay. Then he is a word, is a word, good is a word, friend is a word. You're just reading them with a particular speed and a pauses. It looks like a statement, but otherwise it's a combination of words. Now each word is a combination of character. Okay, so when you want to read a particular character from a given statement, you use dot caret. Is in this string, so s is equal to, suppose if I write, then in this string s dot caret. So in this string, character at what index position? So index is, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it will go on. So in this string, character at whichever index position is read, and then you want to do what you do with that. Okay, so there is a pure video on string. So I believe these guys are going to start the video as soon as this session is over, or may have started also. You go through all my videos, just peace of mind, you just listen to them and watch the video, you will understand how the function works.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Krish.
Sir, I had one more doubt.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, for writing a program of perfect square, what statement should I write in if statement?
Perfect square. I mean, you have to tell me the question, bacha. It's square of what?
So the question is that input 10 numbers and find the perfect square and display them.
Okay, fine. I'll do one thing. When you come across the program partner, I will remember your question because I have a similar question to that. Okay, I will show you that there over there in the programming section.
Yes.
You're doing the theory part. Okay, so I'll recollect that. Don't worry, Kavanch.
Thank you, sir.
Krish.
Sir, can you please show implicit and explicit conversion?
Implicit and explicit cast is not supposed to be part of your syllabus this semester.
Sir, but in programs, they can.
They will ask you either dot value of parsing or they will ask boxing unboxing. No casting is to be questioned to you. This set.
Explain boxing.
Huh?
Auto boxing. Can you explain?
Auto boxing I've just now done, na bacha? One moment. Here. This part I've just now showed you. Conversion of a primitive. 12 is a primitive data type into an object. Integer is a wrapper class of int. Num1 is an object of this wrapper class. Like how you write scanner sc is equal to new scanner. Here is integer is a class. Is sc ki jagah pe there is num1 is equal to new integer. Now, if there is a primitive value, this value will become an object of integer class under a variable num. This process is called boxing.
Okay.
Now, the primitive data type into an object, it is boxing. And when you do the reverse, so I already have an object of a primitive data type under X. Now, if I reconvert that X back into integer type, okay, then it is for unboxing.
Okay, sir.
Okay, there is a video for this as well.
Sir, and please request them to release the videos as soon as possible.
Who is there here from Dropbox? Hello, Dropbox official, anybody? Hello, कोई है क्या? See anybody? Mitesh Gala, Dr. Mitesh Gala or Samir sir? I will tell them, but don't worry about it. Huh? I have already told them the last time only, but I'll tell them again.
Sir,
Okay.
on your YouTube channel, are the all videos?
All videos are there, bacha. All videos. If anything happens, no, I'll leave my mobile number. You tell me on my own private channel also. I will then send you. Okay, my private channel video also.
Okay, sir. Thank
Okay, yeah. Renav,
So if integer value of is written and in that brackets, like a name is written Renav, then the output will be zero, the default value of integer.
bacha, it will give you you mean to say here. Here there is a quotes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, not here. I'll tell you where.
So in integer value of
Here. Where is the value of one moment, there has to be a question. Okay, if there is no value of, I'll show you here. So you mean to say x is equal to integer dot value of some string.
yeah.
What do you want here?
Yeah, the like a character or something like that. So the output will be zero, the default value.
Number format exception. Format exception. Now why I'll tell you. If a wrapper class is integer, there has to be an integer value inside this quotes. Even if this was 2.5, it would give the same error. Are you understanding? It has to be only integer value in double quotes. Is that very clear?
Yes.
Everything
And-
number format exception is an error. Okay, so if I say y is equal to double dot value of, now if I say xyz, still it will give me the same error message, because now if you say 22.0, it will also it will work, because a double can absorb the integer. Okay, so my y value will be 22.0 in all cases, whether I put 22.0 or 22 over here. But other than that, any alphabet, it will automatically be converted into, I mean, it will automatically show you the error message. Clear? Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Not
so can you explain?
uh,
So can you please explain non-static variable again? I didn't understand.
some child is making noise. If anybody else except this child who is speaking to me, all right, please unmute. Please mute yourself. This you are talking about now.
Yes, non-static variable.
Non-static is called instance variable. It means every object will have. I'll show you this program only. Say I'll show you to the program. All those who are here, just look at this program. So static and non-static variables. Okay, because it's so this is a little tricky one. Okay, many students are getting mixed up with this, but yeah, this loud noise is very beautiful. But right now, I think we are in the middle of something.
Sorry, sir.
How old is this child?
Sir, 2 years.
Okay. It's okay then. I understand. I feel others will not get disturbed. That's it. One moment. Let it start with everyone. Focus on function. Okay, so if I'm here, let me see what is the static, non-static here I have. Not for you guys. No. Okay. For a moment, I have my program. Okay. Everyone watch here, static and non-static. Okay, so I have written static variables x, y, z, and p. Okay, static variables, they will have a separate value. So I'm just keeping this value as it is. But along with that, I'm writing static public static int, say a is equal to 100. Okay, actually it should have been the other way. This should be non-static. So I'm going to keep them non-static. Okay, I'm going to keep here. I don't need this also static. Okay, I'm going to make this all non-static. Okay, and I'm going to say here a is equal to a. Okay, so logically, if you look at it, instance variable are these. So for every object that I'm going to create, we have their own value, whereas a, which is static, which I'm going to print over here as the current value. As soon as this is over, I'm just changing the value is a plus plus. It will increase the current value by 1. So in the next object, this change value will affect. So compile here, run this program. Sorry. Sorry. Compile here, no syntax error. Now all of you must focus here. So here is the object 1 created. Sorry. So I have to okay. Now all of you must focus here that I created object 1. If you can see at the bottom, there is an object 1, red color. This is object 2. This is object 3. Only 3 objects I'm creating. So each object now when I run, okay, by void main, you can see I'm allowed to enter the value of x and y. Oh God, I have, sorry, yeah, I've not seen the part. I should not have the display here on. Okay, so what I input, I'll get some product and display. Okay, compile. Object 1, object 2, and object 3. My first object, I run this. Okay, it is asking me to enter. I'm putting 3 and 4. So the current value of this object is 3 and 4, but A is taken 100 because that's what my starting value was. But after this, A plus plus must have got executed. So when I run the next one, my X and Y is allowed to enter new number. So I'm putting 7, 6 and 7. But if you see, A has become 101. Okay, A has allowed me to change its value, all right, from here to here. Now in the next object, this will allow me the next value of 102 will come. So if I put here 44 and 55, it's 102 here. Now if I go back to the first one, it is no more 100. See here, if I put some number, it is 103. So static is changing its value from new object. But non-static has its own value. So this is applicable here only. It does not affect the next object. The next object that I run, it will have its own value. I can input another set of value. Here, I put another set of value. It changed. But A is affected from the previous value to the next value. So static will have copy. All right, but non-static value will have its own copy. So every class, every program will have its own value. Like every student has their own marks, right? it cannot be it cannot be carried from a previous student then marks to the next student, right? But the rank can, na? If you have fourth rank, I may have fourth, I may have fifth rank also, I may have sixth, so that can carry. Non-static will not have separate. They will not have the same value being carried. They will have the separate value for that object. So since there are three objects, each object will have own value of x, y, z, and p. But a value can affect the next object again and again. So if I have 100 objects, every object will change the a value by itself, or it is affected from the previous one. But x, y, z, p will have same value. I mean, so not the same value, will have its own value. So suppose if there are 100 students, all will have their own marks. Is that very clear? Hello? I'll go with Aishwarya. Aishwarya?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So my doubt was that in the when we write programs, in the questions will it come that we'll have to write a program with only using binary search, or will we have an option to use linear search?
I'll answer you in the programming section when I get to the question. 100% I'll ask you.
Thank
Yeah.
you, sir.
Who is Magina? Magina.
Sure, sir. Yes, it's Magima.
Magina.
Sir, could you please come back to question number 20 in MCQs?
Questions. Yeah. Question number 20.
Yes, sir. Here the right option is B, and he had it was like 87 before, and he changed it to 5. But I think it is supposed to be 87, sir, because Q is equal to C of 5.
Yes, you're right. You're right. Yes. I was thinking where I made a mistake. This answer is 5. Okay. So logically it's C of 5. C of 5 is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 5 is 87. So this is the correct answer. Yes, 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 Magina, you made me correct answer. Yes. You are my student, right? Magina, you are with me, right? And rough box. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So I hope I have given all the answers. I think Rena, I have already spoken. Right?
So I wanted to ask, what is the difference between value of the integer and parsing?
There's no
Both convert.
more or less no difference. Both will convert a string into its primitive type. Okay. All right. So let's move to the. I've already marked them as the answer. So I'm just closing this. I've already marked these answers here, and I've sent this also to the rough box. They will give you, so you can again download, answer yourself, and recheck with your answer. Okay, this is there. I will be sending one more probably what do you call a question set to practice in case you have a time. You can practice them. Okay, as of now, we will immediately get into the program. So this is the answer of the program. We'll get into the question. Now, all those who are interested, let me just tell you, first I will write over here. Where is it? Okay, so you should get, according to me, okay, I'm not saying that a paper will come like that, but according to my experience, that says you should get one question on binary search. So total there are 6 questions, out of which you will have to do 4 questions. Okay, this 6 questions will contain 3 on array and 3 on string. Should contain. I'm not saying will contain because I don't know the paper. Okay, but according to what the sample paper has come from the ICSE and what I can experience, apply my experience, 3 will be on array, 3 will be on string. Now in array, there is only search available in your portion. There is not anything other than search. Okay, in the sense sort is not there. No question on sorting will come. Take my word, don't even bother thinking of them. There is selection sort, there is bubble sort. Okay, if any school has done, avoid them. So in array, you will have linear search and binary search, and there can be a general question. So I am expecting at least you should be asked, if I have to make a paper, I will put one paper on binary search, one in linear search, and the third one I'll ask is a general question. So what is a general question? General question can be input data, okay, input data, and find sum, find average of some numbers, odd numbers, even numbers, convert a decimal into integer. All right, or that boy who just asked me that I have perfect square of the number, something like. They are called general question. They are not going to be having any kind of a search or all right, binary or linear. But I feel you should be asked these two because they are available in this. If it is binary search, it has to be numeric only. In case a paper may come little more difficult, it can be character. Okay, but string will not come in binary, 101%. Okay, linear search can be numeric or string, and in linear search there is always going to be an input coming from the user. So if you are asked data, input data and do some search, they will not mention linear at all. They will just say input data and do the search. Then it is auto understood as linear because binary search works only on a sorted data. Only on sorted data. So the question is of a binary, you will be given data and the data will always be in the sorted order already. There will be no question where you input a data, sort them and then do binary search, not going to come. Okay, very clear. Binary search, data will be given to you. Okay, in a best situation, numeric, integer or decimal will be given, or in a way a question may come to for an int character, because character, on character also less than, greater than, everything applies. Okay, on string these things don't apply, less than, greater than. So string cannot come, but binary search will come with either numeric or a character. Data will be given, must have been given, and they will be always in sorted order. If input comes, logically when you ask somebody to input, no matter how many times you tell the person put the data in sorted order, as long as the keyboard is in the user's hand, the data may not come from the user in sorted order. And on an unsorted data, binary search doesn't work. It has to be linear search only. So if the question comes, it will be clearly mentioned. But if a question comes on linear, if it is not mentioned, it is by default considered to be linear. Okay, and 101%, if a linear search will come, input of data will be there, and then on that search will be applicable. And general question, you will always have an input. And I am expecting, if here is integer, here you will have decimal or a character, or a decimal or a character, something like that, or a string and a decimal, all possibility there. Okay, so you need to understand this. So three questions will come on your array, out of which, all right, according to me, you should be asked both types of search and one general question. 4, 5 and 6 will be on string. Okay, and out of this you'll have to do any 4. Now in string, focus more on reading character by character first. So any question, it has to be read character by character. So I'll just go through a few of the questions, but you'll get a question on this. Okay, 100%. I feel that you should be asked a question something to do with case conversion. Okay, this could be initials of a person. Read each character, check for vowel, check for starting with alphabet or something like that. Okay, should be asked to my knowledge. A case conversion can be asked, and this could be something to do with checking with string, substring, and a combination of index of or something, which is like, if you've seen past papers, the word like pigletin or something. That kind of a combination may come. So if at all I find any question that can come a little difficult is this question, but I think 5 questions should be a piece of cakewalk for you, out of which you have to do any 4. Okay. Now, in this case, you need to take this first one. So here is a question says define a class to declare a decimal array. All right. So decimal array means it's already give you declare an array, okay, of a decimal type and an integer array of n size. Yeah, this question will always come of n size. So you have to declare the size, then declare an array and do something. Except roll numbers in an integer array, height in a decimal array. Search for a roll number input by user. Now, even if this word was not user, all right, this is not given input by the user, it is logically understood it's going to be linear search because input coming from the user cannot be in sorted order at all. Okay, so it says, okay, sorry. Yeah, it says a decimal array and an integer array. So I'll take you to the programming section. Just a moment. Yeah, here. I'm going to take you rough box. Yeah. I've separately created your folder only so that I don't have to keep running around. Okay. Linear search decimal. Is there anywhere a program called linear search decimal? Okay. We take this program. I already have the program. What is a linear search now? We need to understand this very well. This answers have also been sent to the rough box, so it will come. Okay, so no need to try and copy from here. You will get a ready-made programs. Otherwise, I'll create a folder and share with you. Don't worry about it. So logically, I'm creating. This is how we ask a user to ask n number, n size n. So it means how many. I'll ask how many characters there, how many limit. So I'm asking array limit, how many limit. So if the user says 5, 10, 15, whatever, I create. This is how I declare an array of n size. N. This question will come 101% in the exam. Create an array of n size. Okay, 100%. All right. So here is a decimal value. Here is the same size of roll number. So this is what is called array declaration. Now, before I go ahead, let me tell you, in ICSE, you're not supposed to create a description of variable table. In a best situation, once you finish your program, you put a comment over here. All right, creation of array. Okay, here loop for accepting value. Okay, here one of them you will say accepting values. Value for array. Okay, here is search element ask or entering search element. Entering search element. Okay, so user has entered roll number and a decimal number. Now we are asking user what to search for. Okay, and now linear is going from 0 index to the last or from last to the 0 index. So this loop is related to reading each and every index number. All right, to go from 0 index till the length of the string, we read the roll number entered by the user and we match with the user input. If this is found, it means they are same. They are printed with the roll number and the decimal value. The job of a system.exit is to stop the program from here at all. So logic is if at all there is one index number is my roll number is matching with my input roll number, data will be read, will stop the program. But if at all after doing all the loop, nowhere this number was matched, then the loop never, this condition never executed. Then when the loop is over, we say, okay, there was no element. Because if there was an element, then program would have stopped here only. So if the loop is read all the data and no place there was equal to found, it means that element was not there. So linear search is that easy. Okay. In case if there was a string here, then you would have, or you can apply equal to sign also with string, not an issue. All right. Equal to will work only when the dot equals in string. What it does, it checks character by character and case by case. So dot equals will work only for equal to sign. But if it is equal ignore case, then you have to apply this function with string. All right. Dot equals ignore case full. If it is only checking whether they are equal or not, equal to or dot equals, both will work for string. For numeric data, character data, all right, equal to sign is the only sign. I hope you guys have understood what I'm explaining. Then I'll take the next question here. Again, I have put one more question on this. Array size n with the names of students. So this is a string question, names of a student, all right, from the user into an array. Search for the name input by the user. Now linear search technique will not be given, as I told you. They will just give you like that. Okay, search successful, otherwise name not no such element. So suppose if I have some certain names and I put a name to search, is matching, so search successful will come. If I put a name which is not matching, no such element should come. All right, so for this, one moment. Sorry, where is my answer? Yeah, I'll take this answer, linear search 2 to 2. So this must be the right. Now here you'll have to understand one thing. Okay, in inputting name first, of course, all this thing is known to you. I'm asking an array limit, enter the array limit. So user will type how many names are there. You can write how many names you want to enter here. You can write those many names will become. I create a string array, name is equal to new string of n. So whatever user types in, that many number of elements ka array is open. Now this line is crucial. I'll show you after some time. We start from 0 to the name dot length and we ask user to enter all the names. So user has typed each and every name. So if n value was 5, 5 times the loop has entered 5 names. As soon as these names are over, I'm asking enter the name to search. So user will enter some name to search. Okay. Now, once the name has come, we are reading the original name variable from 0 to the name. And we match with our input. So c dot equals ignore case name of I. Name of I is the variable that has accepted the value, contains all the names input by the user previously. C is the name to be searched if it is equal. If it was only equals, I could have written C equals to name of I also, it would work. But if it is ignore case, because anything that comes from the user, you don't know in what combination of uppercase and lettercase letters you will get. So safer is ignore case. So if it is equal, again print search successful and stop the program. But if at all at any place this is not going to match at all right, then it is no such element. This is how it works for the string one. Now when I run this program, if I do not write this, many students must have come across in a string. When you are running a program, it skips 1 1. So if I compile this, okay, I compile this and run. Okay, I'm asking, I enter 3 limit. Okay, my name of the student is start. So I'm going to DDD, GGG or GHG and RRR. And it is asking me name of a student. So I say DDD or RRR. It tells me search successful. Okay, now if I run this program and I put again limit 3, some name, and now if I put something combination of others, it says no such elements. Okay, now in writing exam may you don't need to write this line, but when you're doing practice, if this line is missing, it skips one name. So if I this and run this program, so I put array limit 3, you can see the name of the student, first name of the student is skipped. So if you have come across something like this, it means your program that you've written, all right, is not having, because what happens, this why is this skipping? Because the previous time, the moment you enter a value over here, sorry, the moment you enter a value over here and you press enter, enter is also a character. So it automatically get absorbed over here so that the next name comes. But if you do not have this line enable, then enter when disable, if you have this line, then enter keys goes here and that skips. That's why it works. So in case you are doing a practice, you have to understand before the loop, you have to have one, this whatever this obj dot next line over here, that will make your program run smoother. It's not that your program is wrong. Okay, it happens with string. Then you have the next question there. Okay, this is yes, no, I don't need this. Okay, then you have the next question again. Now I'm not doing this. Okay, I'm just showing you this. Define a class to declare an array of n size for the characters. Okay, and search for a character input by the user. Again, you should not be written here with user like this. Here also user using will not come. Okay, display the character in the index position and found. So here you are going to accept the number of characters and then you will use an index position. So if I show you the current program available, the index position of any program for that matter. So I'm going to show you here. No, not this. Yeah. Index position of any data is here. So if a roll of 0 is same as what I input, then 0 is the index position. If roll of 1 will be equal to my input value, then is the index position. Now remember this, index position in most cases, index position in most cases will be as per the human and not as per the computer index. All right, the moment position is asked, because it's a user who's going to use the program, their position matters more. So if I tell you here A, X, B, T, C, now when I say T, T is showing you here index point 0, 1, 2 and 3. So this is 3 is the actual index position, then the printing is I. But if it is written here as 4, then 1, 2, 3 and 4, it is a human count. So whatever the array, all right, that you have 3 plus 1. The index position is I0, then human point is 1, counting. When index position of a computer is 1, user is point of view 2. So computer says 0, 1, 2, we say 1, 2, 3. So index position, if it is given in the sample answer, you write accordingly. All right. If sample answer shows this position as per human, you have to also print as per human. If it is saying as per computer index, you use as per computer. And if nothing is mentioned, it is always user. It is always user. Okay. I'll take question. Anything related to linear search, please question. Raise your hands. Anything related to linear, only linear, raise your question. Krish, you have a question related to linear.
Yes, sir. The last one that you explained about the index and length, I did not understand. Can you show the program and tell how to make changes according to the question?
Suppose here, say I'm asking you roll number in which index. Okay. Say roll number. Okay, I'll take you to a question where the data items are already given in the question. So you'll understand probably better. For example, let me just open my. Okay. So let's say 110 is in 0 index, 106 is in 1 index, 119 in 2 index. Do you understand this?
Yes.
This is the current index position, computer. But human point of view, if I tell you how many values are there, you will say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 values. Okay, but computer provides the indexes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you understand? Now,
Yes.
if I give you this data and tell you, I want to know 120 is in which position. So there are two positions possible. One is a computer index, which is 5. But you
Yes.
this is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So when you're reading a program, when you're reading, you input a value. Let's say you put here 120. Okay. Then you're reading a program is going to start with 0 index. 0. This loop is meant for this. I is equal to 0, which is here. N dot length. Logically, n dot length is 10 because length is the only place human count is applied 10. I less than 10 is 9. So you are generating loop 0 to 9. Okay. N0, N1. So every value of I will be applied N0, N1, N2, N3, N4, N5 up to N9. Now when it is N0, computer will pick up 110 and apply here. 110 is equal to 120, false. Next value N1. 106 is equal to 120, false. N2. 119 is equal to 120, false. N140 is equal to this, false. N4, 102 is equal to 120, false. Now N5. So logically this is 5 number index. Oh, sorry. Logically this is 5 number index. Right? N5 is 120 is equal to A, which is my input 120. So now 5 is the index position in which, all right, the value is available. Now in the ICSE, they will give you sample output and input. So in the sample output, if the number 5 was mentioned as the output, then this is the value that you have to print, I. Okay. But in the sample output, if the data is given and the sample input was 120 and the answer was 6, it means it was 5 plus 1. So it is human count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You will have to also say plus 1 because you can't generate human index, human counting directly. You have to generate the index of the computer. Because computer has to read N0, N1, N2, N3, N4, N5. So I is the computer count. So in the sample answer, if I say here is a data set, input 120, output index position 5, then I print I. If I say input 120, output position 6, that is 5 plus 1. This. So once you know, okay, it is not the computer, it is the human, then it is I plus 1. And if nothing is mentioned, they say just print the position, location, then it is always human because human is going to run the program, not the computer for themselves itself.
Okay, sir. And for and if by mistake means if we forget to do this step, then marks are deducted or the give marks.
You will lose marks. You lose 1 mark maybe.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Any question related to only linear search? I can see Kishore. I can see Angad.
Sir, in the linear search, like if, for example, if you are supposed to input the data from the user in the character, so for searching also we'll be using the same format as the integer only, right, sir?
No, format is different. One moment. A character input will be yeah.
Yes, sir. Like here, for example, if a of I is equal to d.
This format will be
Yeah, same only, right, sir?
only dot equals. Ignore case के लिए you have to use string. Equal to even 2 strings you are matching, and if you don't have to ignore the case only exactly same, then equal work there as well.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay. What about Angad?
Sir, it's on linear search only. Can you solve it in the end, or you will be able to solve it now?
What?
Read the following set of data and write a program to delete data
Delete.
at an input.
You don't have delete, you don't have insertion.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
No insert. Okay. Okay. Now I'm moving on to the binary search question. Binary search is a very straight question. You should not be asked, question round about input and everything. You will be given the data. So, for example, define a class of, no, sorry, this is wrong. Okay, here, define a class to store. It will never give you input. Store the data members in an array and perform binary search. This word will always be given for binary. And the moment you see this, you see is the data in ascending, descending order. So the data is in ascending order. Okay. Then you have to just, in 99% the cases, they just see search successful and search successful, because binary by itself is a little tricky one. All right. So what happens here is they are more interested in whether you know the process well. So in this case, it could be numeric value, it could be a decimal value, it could be, all right, alphabet. You will never be asked string, at least for this year. Binary search may you will not be asked string for this year. Okay. So if it is there A to Z, okay, then you will be asked binary search. So the data on which the search is to be done has to be in some order, either ascending or descending. So there are three questions. You can see here is one, search successful or not. Whereas in this case, if you look at it, code even which are obviously in, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ascending order. Okay, because we are going to input the code number. So the code number variable, all right, the code number must be in ascending order. You can't have cost also and code also both in ascending, descending order. Okay, so you can be asked this way, or the last one is it can be okay, this is a merging that I'll see after this. That's a general question. So these two are possible question for you. A character, a numeric over here possible. Okay, or you can be asked a combination of two things. So if I go here with first alphabet, I'm just going to a basic logic. Okay, I'm not going to go more in detail because I believe by this time you should be aware of this. Okay, let's start this. Okay. The logic says that if there are data over here, some value, this could be integer, this could be decimal, this could be a character, anything. Okay, so I'm putting just an integer. The same rule will apply with the character as well. So I'm just putting 7, 12, 15, 20, 23, 30, 32, 35, 38, 40. Okay, so what is the logic of binary search? Binary, bi means two-way search. There is a proper video there, so you can go through the video as well. What we do is we find the central cell number, index position, center index number. Center index number is found by adding the first data value and the last data value. So if I say FV plus LV, 0 plus 9 divided by 2 is 4.5. But in computer, integer divided by integer is only integer side. It will ignore the decimal side. So if I say FV as integer plus LV as another integer divided by 2, the answer is 4. So if my input value is equal to index number 4 data value, okay, then data found, I can stop the program, exit program over. I repeat, okay, I repeat, one moment, I need some space. So if my input value, I will have an input coming from the user, say A is equal to sc dot next int, something what to be searched, okay, and my array is n. So if my A is equal to the data value of the central cell is always fv plus lv divided by 2. Okay, so I'm just writing C is equal to this. So my central cell is C, which is 4, N4, which is 23. If my input value is equal to 23, data found, break program over. But if my input value is greater than 23, say example, for example, I put 35. Then first time computer will find a central cell 4 because FV plus LV divided by 2 is 4. In N4 is 23. If my input value is equal to 23, but it is not, then the second chance is my input value is greater than all the greater value of 23, which is a central cell data value. Okay, if my input value is greater than this, my data has to be lying this side because it's in ascending order. All the numbers lesser than 23 are here. If my input number is greater than 23, it has to be lying this side only. Then my movement has to go this side. And if my input number, assuming I input 12, then in my first central cell 4, A4, 23, if my input value 23 is found, all right, or rather say 12 is found lesser than my central cell, I have to start searching at this side. Because all the value lesser than 23 are here, they are not on this side at all. Okay, so at any point of time, once you find a central cell, your data can move either left or right. It means it can go both any of the direction. That's why it's called binary search. Whereas in linear case, we were always moving from 0 to 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5, like that, all the cells. So it was moving in one direction. That's why it was called one directional unidirectional array. Okay, whereas unidirectional search, whereas this can move either this side or this side based on what input has come. So in that case, it's called a binary search. Now, when you look at this, that if my input value, if I say 35 is, so let me change the color so it will make it more significant. Now, if my input value is equal to 23, data found, break program over. But if my input value is greater than 23, the central cell value, I am supposed to be looking at this size. Now, if you look at this way, my 9 is already my LV. It is the FV that needs to be made from 0 to 5. So that I can say 5 plus 9 divided by 2, 14. 14 divided by 2 is 7, will become my central cell, which can be equal to my input value. Now, how do I know? 9 is already there, but how do I know this has to be made from 0 to 5? So the logic is, it is whatever the central value plus 1. Okay, that's my new FV. Whatever the central value plus 1 becomes my new FV, so that in the next round I can say 5 plus 9 divided by 2. Similarly, when I have an input value which is lesser than my central cell value, I have to find a center of this data. Now, in this case, FV is available 0. It is LV which was 9. I have to make this so that this plus this divided by 2. How do I get this 3? Then I can say this is whatever my last central cell minus 1. So LV can be C minus 1. If you understand this concept, it applies to every type of a data, irrespective, all right, the numeric primitive data I'm talking about, all right, irrespective of what value is there. Then again, once I come in here, 0 plus 3 is 3 divided by 2 is 1. This becomes my central cell, my data is found immediately. Okay, and this process needs to be done unless my FV value is lesser than. If you see 0 is less than 3, 5 is also less than 9, until it is lesser than my last value. So if I look at the program, I'll keep the program over here, any binary program over here. I hope this is characters. No, one moment. This should be the program. Okay, if anybody has got this and you just check this program, okay, this, if this is a line that is mistake there, please change it. Now if you look at it, there are alphabets over here. Okay, we've declared FV as 0, LV as whatever dot length minus 1. If you see FV is 0, last index is always dot length minus 1. We have declared. Okay, now we are asking user enter a character. Entering a character is always the variable dot next dot caret 0. This question will come somewhere, how to enter a character in the exam, okay, in the paper. So you should know. Now I am going to continue. As long as my first value is less than equal to last value, my central cell, this is, I'm putting a comment, finding a central midpoint also, okay, central index number. Once I get the central index number, I am going to compare this data value of central index with input. So my central index is ch of m. M is my index number. So character of that index is equal to n, which is input coming from the user. So if it is matching, successful, data found, exit straight. Okay, this is, as soon as data found, we stop the program. But if at all my input value is greater than the central cell, I repeat, if my input value, let's say in this case 35, 35 is greater than 23, my input value is here is greater than the central cell, data value 23, I have to move right hand side. So I need to shift my FV to whatever C plus 1. So here it is FV is equal to whatever midpoint plus 1. And if my input value 12, okay, 12 is lesser than 23 in case, then I have to move my LV, which was 9, to 3. Okay, LV is equal to central point minus 1. So LV in this case, central point is M minus 1. This is the most crucial part. Okay, now if LV, FV is lesser than or equal to LV, again computer will find the center of that. If the data is found match, stop, program over. Otherwise, it will, based on the condition, either FV will change or LV will change. This process will carry on until FV is less than or equal to LV. As soon as the data found, we stop. But in case data found at some stage, if you understand logically, either I'm increasing the midpoint plus 1 or I'm decreasing. So plus minus, sometime more. All right, at some stage, FV will cross LV. I'll give you a simple example which I use for my school children also. Okay, very simple example to understand. Say, assume that you are standing here. Okay. Okay, and let's say these dots are the students of some junior class, and somebody has brought a mobile, and your principal has told you to check if anybody is found with the mobile, confiscate. One student has. So you will check this guy, no mobile. This guy, your friend is checking another guy, no mobile. So you move to the next guy. You also move to the next guy. If there is a mobile found, stop, search is over. If not found, you will move here. If mobile found, search is over here. Or stop and search is here. If not found, you both can possibly reach here. At same place, both the monitors are possible. Is it possible? Right? So now, option is, if mobile found, stop, search is over. If not found, there is no need for you to move this side and your friend moves to this side, because you've already done the checking. So the moment you cross, so if this is FV, this is LV, at some stage there can be same. I'll tell you in what case. Say n is equal to 25. So n is holding only one cell 25. What could be the index number here is 0. What is the FV over here? 0. What is the LV over here? 0. So under the circumstances when the value can be in same place, a child, all right, same place, a value can be same, FV and LV can be same, but under no circumstances FV can cross LV. If you look at this way, we are only adding a value for FV. So plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, LV is minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. At some stage they can cross. If there is no data, then they will definitely cross. The moment they will cross, this condition is false. It means search is unsuccessful. But if at all any point the data was found, it was successful and the program is stopped. So this is how binary search works. I'll show you with the next example. So here this data can be int, no change over here. This data is double, no change over here. What could be changes if this data is int? This has to be int. If this data is double, this data has to be double. Everything else will remain as they are without any change. But if at all, string last only. So don't worry even about string. Yes, Krish, I'll get back to you. Don't worry. Okay. Now, let us take one example of this program to make you understand. Okay. Now, what I'm doing is I'm purposely writing here code number 101. Then I'm putting 103. Okay, 104, 107, 6, 108, 110. Okay, 116, 126, 136, 146, and 160, just like that. Okay, so we know, all of us knows logically. Okay, I'm going to declare it over here. Logically, this is 0 number index, this is going to be 1 number index, this is going to be 2, it's going to be 3, it's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, sorry, 8, 9. Okay, now F is 0, LV is whatever coordinate length minus 1 means 9. Okay, so assume your input number is 110. So now FV, so I'm putting here FV as FV is 0 and LV will be 9. Okay, 9. I'm inputting here 110. So computer will check FV, which is 0 less than equal to 9 is 2. So 0 plus 9 divided by 2 is going to be 4. So computer will immediately check N, which is 110. Code of M. Code of M. M is 4. So code of 4 is 110. 110 is equal to 110. True. Code will print 110. Cost of M. So 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 90.00 will be printed. Exit, program over. Okay, so if the instance is found. Now assuming that my input value is 138. Again, computer will start with FV 0, LV 9. 0 less than equal to 9 is true. 0 plus 9 divided by 2 is 4. 138 is equal to 110 because code of 4 is 110. False. 138 greater than 110, true. So FV is equal to M. M ka value is 4. 4 plus 1, 5. So FV now will change its value to 5. Okay, if this is true, this can't be true. You can't have both the conditions true. All right, now when you come here, the loop will immediately check FV 5, LV 9. 5 less than equal to 9 is true. So the loop is repeated. 5 plus 9, 14. 14 divided by 2 is 7. 138 is my n value, is equal to code of 7. 138, sorry, is equal to 138. Yes, data true. Found. Code of 7 and cost of 7 both will get printed. System.exit. Program over. If this number was 104, again computer will begin with code FV0 LV9. Okay, assuming 104. 0 less than equal to 9 is true. So 0 plus 9 divided by 2 is 4. N 104 is equal to code of 4, which is 110. 104 is false. So we come here. 110, 104 greater than 110, false. 110 lesser than 110, 110, true. So M which is 4, 4 minus 1 is 3. LV will immediately become 3 over here. Okay, LV will become 3 over here. Now, if you come here, the loop will check 0 and 3. 0 less than equal to 3 is true. So comes here 0 plus 3. 3 divided by 2 is 1. So now code of 1 is 104. Input is 104. Data found system.exit program. Okay, now I'll take you one simple question where the data is not present and we come out. Okay, now let's say that I have a data, let's say between these two. So I am inputting a 130, which is not present. Krish, I will, don't worry. Okay, once let me finish with my process. Okay, now FE0, LV is 9. We start. Input number is 130. 0 less than equal to 9 is true. 0 plus 9 divided by N, which is 130 now. Okay, 130. Code of M, 4. 4 is 110. 130 is equal to 110, false. 130 greater than 110, true. So FE is equal to M. M is 4. 4 plus 1, FE become 5. Okay, now your search will be here. Now, if this is true, this can't be true. So computer is here now. What is the current value of FE? 5. Current value is LV 9. 5 less than equal to 9 is a true statement. So the loop will repeat here. Come here. 5 plus 9 divided by 2 is 7. So now M value is 7. So 130 is equal to code of 7. Code of 7 is 138. So let's say 130 is equal to 138. False. 130 greater than 138. False. 130 lesser than 138. True. So LV is equal to M. Current value of M is 7. 7 minus 1 is 6. So LV will become 6. Now check here. Point 5 and 6. 5 less than equal to 6 is a true statement. So computer will come here. 5 plus 6, 11. 11 divided by 2 will become 5. So M value is 5. N 130. N is 130 is equal to code of 5. Code of 5 is 116. So 130 is equal to 116, false. 130 greater than 116, true. Okay, so whatever current value of M, 5 plus 1 becomes 6. So FE will become 6. Now you see the situation arrived where both are the same. So we are checking here. If this is true, this can't be true. So we at checkpoint FE and LV. Okay, 6 less than or equal to 6 is a true statement. So computer will repeat here. Come here. 6 plus 6 divided by 2 is 6. N 130 is equal to code of 6. Code of 6, if you see, 127. So 130 is equal to 127, false. 130 greater than 127, true. So now FE will become current value of M, which is 6. 6 plus 1, FE will become 7. If you note down, we have crossed now. FE has crossed LV. Okay, if this is true, 130 greater than 127, true, then it can't be less, false. We come here, check. FE is 7, LV is 6. FE less than 7 less than equal to 6, false. We leave the loop, code does not exist. Anybody has any question related to binary search? Raise your hand. Krish. Okay, Krish, I will unmute.
Sir, the printing will be done before or after the loop printing?
Which printing? If the data is found, printing is happening inside. If the data is not found, printing is happening outside.
And sir, if they have asked to find the odd numbers and even numbers and write it in both in a different ones, we have.
That is nothing to do with binary search, bacha. That is the next question I'm doing. Don't worry.
Okay, okay.
Anybody question with binary? Binary I have properly explained in my video. All right, it's around 20-minute video. Be able to understand even there as well. So don't worry about it. Yes, Kishore? Okay. No. Okay, then I'm moving on to the next question. Okay, let me see the chat one. Hmm. Okay, one moment. I'll have to make it is the participant list. Okay. So I am moving on to the next question in the list, which will not here. Okay. Here is the next set of question that could be either merging of an array or finding a sum of odd numbers, even numbers in an array. So merging of an array is not likely to come, I've been told. So I've sent you the answer. You can just have a look at it once. I will take you to this. There is a greater chance of coming with like sum of odd numbers, even number, finding sum of positive element, or printing a greater or a lower value, something like that. Okay, there is a greater chance of this kind of a question than getting a merging. Angad, yes, you have a question.
So it's not a question. I opened the drive link there, box has sent, and there are only 3 pages, whereas in your the one which you're showing for programs, there are 8.
I didn't get you.
Sir, the one which Roughbox has sent, the link for drive, in that there are only 3 pages for this the programs question, most likely program questions, but you are sharing the ones with 8 questions, 8 pages.
Okay, I'll speak to them. Don't worry. Anybody is there online from Roughbox?
Yes, sir.
This site is asking the message.
Program sent to, so you had sent 3 folders.
Hello.
Hello, sir, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sir, I should be complete folders. Let me just check.
You are lagging badly, bacha. Hello.
Yes, sir.
You are lagging badly. You are not heard properly. Please answer to this child's question. He is saying that my here is it showing here at the bottom eight pages. All right. Whereas the question paper that has been sent to you is only 3 pages. The child says. See, there are 8 pages here. Oh, this is okay. This is another question set altogether. Doesn't matter. Chalo. I'll get that one.
Sir, I did not receive.
This is not there. This is not theirs. One moment. One moment. Angad, I am wrong. Not there. Okay. I'll tell you where is the mistake. Uh, अरे कहाँ गए रे तुम लोग रफ बॉक्स का नोट्स का हेलो हु इज दिस गर्ल You guys are not answering even, huh? You're not answering also properly. I'm getting angry here now. वो the thing that I sent you वो किधर है? You say you sent me, तुम लोग अलग अलग नंबर से भेज रहे हो. Okay, rough box here. Study material. Uh, yeah, this is the paper actually. Sorry, bacha. It's my mistake. This is the paper. Those were too many questions. Yeah, here. Array size 12. This is a question. So I'm supposed to declare an array of array size 12 and then find sum of odd numbers, even numbers. I hope we all know how to find odd numbers, even numbers, number divided by. It could be also what do you call? Yeah, it is odd and even is modulus 2 equal to 1 and modulus 2 is equal to 0. So a simple question can be asked. This is input. This is an input data. Okay, so we have to input from the user in array size 12 and then do it. So if I come here and I have got 12 numbers, input size data, odd even, yeah. So I'm asking user to create a 12 size array. I'm asking user going from 0 to the length. Okay, now we read the data again. As soon as the data is even, we count. Now this could be for average as well. Okay, so I've just added average of odd numbers. Yeah, it's an average. Average means out of this, how many odd numbers are there? Their sum and divide by how many ever number of odds. So we are also doing here. As soon as the number is found even, we find their sum, we count them. If the number is not even, it has to be odd. We count, find their sum and we count how many numbers are there. So at the end of the loop, you will come to know in the name of C, sum of and frequency of even numbers. In the name of D, you will get sum of odd numbers, frequency of odd numbers. So if you divide sum of even numbers divide by X, you will get average of even numbers. Sum of odd numbers divided by frequency of odd numbers, then you get average of odd numbers and then you print it. Okay, so you can get a question like this in the exam. Okay, so anybody has any question to do with this? I don't mind adding this question. There's this question which is likely to come in the exam, which may has a chance, is a question over here. So somebody asked me perfect square. Perfect square is a square of a number. That's it. Okay. So perfect square, no, not the square of the number. All right. 5 square, 25. All right. That's a square. So if I, and this is a number, this is a question which as of now, I'm just doing with a decimal first, and then I'll show you that. So here is a decimal group of numbers being accepted. As soon as a number is accepted, we also take an integer side of this. This is a explicit cast. So we convert the decimal number into the integer number and store it into another array. So I have two arrays of equal size, 5 data decimal and 5 for integer. We input decimal from the user and we convert the same number into integer and we store it into another variable. And then we print both of them. So if I compile this program and say these are 5 values and I take a 5 value here, say 3.3, 4.2, 5.7, 7.2 and 8.5. Immediately computer will show me these are the decimal values 3, 4, 5, 8, 8, 3, 4, 5, 8, 8, 8 here and their integer value. So you can be asked to do like this also in the exam. This is a good question. Okay, this just came stuck to me in the afternoon. Some of my expert friends have helped me out that this kind of a question also has a greater chance. Now, if this would have been a perfect square, I would have written here if this was integer. Okay, if this is integer and this is integer, Okay, and I say, okay, input a number, okay, and I say here next int, and then this time I'm not going to say integer of this, but I'll say name of n of I into n of I, something like this. So the square has been done. I'll put some other heading, okay, over here. I'll put some other heading over here, a number in the square. All right, I will try and put this over here. So now if I put a number, let's say, then the squares will come. Something like this can come. Okay, in the exam where one array is going to be inputted from the user, the second will be accepted, I mean, say, will be done with some kind of a calculation on the input array, and then two arrays will store the corresponding values. This is a good question. Okay, at the same time, in case anybody wants to take a screenshot or something, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Or you can have a question that I just now explained you. Okay, over here. This is a good question also, where two values are there. So this is what you will get over here in the section, right? Anybody has any question with this general kind of a question? Yes, Kishore. One moment. What? Yes, Kishore.
Sir, can you please explain again the part of that int of n of I?
One moment, I'll just start my charger. This is explicit cast. We are converting integer side of a number, all right, of a decimal. Casting is in, this is explicit cast. It means we are converting a decimal value into an integer. So only the integer side will be taken, decimal point, and thereafter will be removed. We've done in 9th standard, man. This semester 1 also we've done this. If I have a number double x is equal to 75.9, I want to convert this into integer. I cannot write int y is equal to x. I'll get an error message because a decimal is a greater data type, cannot be stored into integer. But I can force cast is int y is equal to integer of x. It means integer side of x is only this much. It is not round off. Math is a round off. This is not round off. This is just take the integer side. So my y will store 75. Everything from decimal and thereafter will be ignored. So instead of this, now you have x of I is equal to integer of n of I. That's it. So whatever is integer side of n will go into this. If this is 0 index, this is 0 index. So 0 index of n of I value will go into x of 0 of I, x of 0. So that is what is happening here in this program. So I input a number. I assume I value is 0, n 0. First cell of n will store some value. The same value ka integer side will go into first cell of x. Loop repeats n1, x1. So n1 integer value of n1 will go into x1. That's it. Okay. Then the other question that is likely to come for the exam. One moment. Not this. Okay, string one. String is a little dicey one, but remember, this is a very good program that can come for the exam. Anything to do with a character is a greater chance to come than the word. Okay, than the word. So, character, use frequency of alphabets, digits, space, special characters, and other than spaces, special characters. So, suppose I have a string called hello Mumbai, how are you, 1, 2, 3, and etc. How many alphabets are there? How many digits are there? how many spaces are there, and how many characters are there. This will lead to also use of those character string binary, what do you call the string library functions. Alphabet is character dot is letter, digit is character dot is digit, spaces is character dot is white space. Okay, but there is no function for special characters. But we can make use of character dot is letter or digit, or you can say if, else if, else if, else. So let us see how this one will go. Here is a character counting character. Oh yeah. So here is a statement being entered coming from the user. Okay, you don't need. I could have taken this directly. I don't know why it was used. I must have explained something to the people. Okay, so we go from 0 to the sentence dot length. We read each character. This is how a character is read. Character at every index position is dot caret. So when I is 0, character at 0 index will be first character. So if I take this what do you call the hello Mumbai 123, I'll just copy this from here and I come here and I say paste it. So my first character index is H. All right, at 0 number index is going to be H. Computer will read H. If it is an alphabet, is letter is an alphabet, then computer will count this. If it is not an alphabet, computer will go to else part to check is it a digit, then count this. If it is not a digit also, then computer will go to check else is it a white space. So if you look at your keyboard right now also, all right, the data that you enter when you type something and something comes on the screen, then there are basic three kinds of characters: alphabets, digits, and special symbols. Space is also special symbol. But if I say no, other than space, because space is the most used special symbol. So if I want to segregate that and then which are the other characters, then you can see there are 4 types of characters: alphabets, digits, space, and every other character than the space. So the logic is when computer comes to the else part, it means the letter is neither alphabet, character is neither alphabet nor digit, not a space. So it has to be a special character only. So it will get counted. And at the end, we are printing this. So if I say this hello 123, copy, and I run this program, it tells me how many alphabets are there, how many digits, how many spaces, and how many special characters. So I can see 1 and 2 special characters here. Space 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 is here. There are 3 digits and all others are characters. Okay, so something to do with character is a very easy question over here. One moment, guys. Green tea. This is what I was trying to tell you. Okay, that could be a thing, something on the substring or maybe something on a index of can be possible. So let's read this question. A cyclonic form of a word is created by converting all the characters of the word into capital form first. All right, letter before the presence of its first vowel. All right, in the word, and a small letter from the first vowel. So whichever, if you see psychology, the moment I got the first vowel over here, from there everything became small letter, and before that everything became capital letter. Okay. Write a program to input a word from the user and print it in a cyclonic form. If no vowels are found, then print it in the uppercase. So if there is no vowel, we just convert it into uppercase. Now, if I take psychology as my explanation over here, let us understand the logic behind it. I am expecting you guys to know your functions well by this time. Don't expect me, all right, say psychology. I'm just writing separately for writing the code numbers. Okay, if here is my what do you call the uh, word, then I'm putting a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 index position just for the sake of understand. Okay, so logically I need to find out a vowel first. So in order to do the vowel, you need to read each character and check for A, E, I, O, U. I am sure by this time all of you must be champion enough. All right. So if assuming here is my input string, I'm going to go for int I is equal to 0. That's my first index. I less than whatever is dot length I plus plus. So this will help me reading a character at a particular index position. Okay. Now, if this is, so we have assumed that this is going to be converted before, as per the question. As per the question, this needs to be converted to uppercase. So we assume we are going to read. No, sorry, it's not uppercase. We have to convert this before. This is to be uppercase. This is to be lowercase. So not this. Okay. So now we will first find out the vowel. So if we are going to say if CH equals to A or CH is equal to E or CH is equal to I O U, I'm sure you are going to check all of them. Okay. Yeah, we are going to check all of them. If anywhere the vowel is found. So assuming that somewhere the vowel is found. Assuming this somewhere the vowel. Okay. A particular position. So if you look at this word psychology, which is the index position at you will find vowel is a 5. Okay, you will find the vowel at 5 number index. So assuming if the vowel was found, the character position must be 5. Now I am going to find from everything from here. So you need to substring over here, substring of 5. So I'm going to take a string, say h is equal to whatever s dot substring of 5, I is my index position from there. So OLOGY is here. I want everything from 0 to 4. Okay, from 0 to 4. From 0 to 4 means I need to have this index position. So dot substring of 0 is my starting always, but I'm going to apply that 5 that I found, the I value. So what computer will do? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 5 is not counted. 0 to 4 psychology. So I'm going to take here string p is equal to s dot substring of p0 comma I. So 0 comma I 0 comma 5 is 0 to 4. 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So that will give me my PSYCHO. CH, sorry. CH. So ology is here, psycho is here. Now I need to convert this into uppercase, sorry, this into uppercase, this into lowercase. Okay. So option 1, I can say straight P is equal to P dot to uppercase. So now I have PSYCHO. I just have to join ology behind. So I can straight say H is equal to P plus H. P is psycho, H is ology, so it is PSYCHOLOGY. O is small, sorry. Okay, this is a small letter. So it becomes here and my loop is over. So only when the vowel is found, this is done. What if there is no vowel? And I can straight say system dot exit straight from here. And if none of the place vowel was found, and sorry, oh God, I lost it. Okay, I'll take you to the program state. So if none of the place vowel was found, Then, that's it, yeah. Which was a question this cryptology, psychology here. So logic is as soon as I found a vowel, I took the value from that vowel till the last 0 to the vowel. We converted into uppercase and we joined them. So you can use concat, print and exit. So logic is if at all no place vowel was found and the loop is over, then whichever is the character like try and all, no vowel will be found. Straight we print with the uppercase. So if I compile this and show you first. One moment, I don't know, something went wrong. Just give me a minute. I think my blue jay is stuck. Okay, I think my blue jay is stuck. I'll have to restart. That's okay. Not a big time required. Okay. This is my rough box. Yeah, one moment, Krish. Okay, so if I run this program and says psychology, it gives me first character before the presence of vowel and all the letters after the vowel. No matter which combination I have, I will get that letter. So this is how this program has worked. So you will get a question which could be a combination of dot substring, could be somewhere the index of or something, or finding one character and doing something on the character. Okay, then yes, Krish, one moment. Yeah, put in your question.
Sir, can we use the plus sign instead of the concat function?
Ideally, you should use all the string functions wherever possible. You should use, if you anything other than string addition, plus is good. String to string concat is a better option. You are likely to lose some marks if you don't use.
Okay, sir.
So when two strings are joined, it has to be concat. But other than string, character, integer, anything, plus sign is acceptable because it doesn't work on concat.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Then we have a question. Yeah, we have a question here. Question number 6 on declaring an array of 20 size. So you can be asked a question of an array with string. Okay, array with string. I'll do this question last. Okay, because let's do this question. Even this question is also array with string. We'll do first here. Write a program to accept a string from the user and perform the following operation. So he says total number of words present in a statement and total number of alphabets using a character. Count the total number of alphabets. One moment, something wrong with this. Is not a complete program. No? Total number of okay, alphabets. Alphabets is letters. Okay. So how many alphabets? That is alphabets are not characters. Okay. And words in a statement. I'll just take you to a very good question on a word, because if you don't know this question, you cannot break the string into words. Sorry, not here. Okay, here. Now to break a string into words, what is the logic? So I'll take the question from here, the statement from somewhere here. We take this statement, copy, and we paste it over here. Now, if you look at the logic, all of you must watch this. The logic is, as soon as I find a space, previous word is over, next word will begin. As soon as I find a space, the previous word is over, next word begins. As soon as I find the previous word is over, next word begins. This process will carry on till here. Now, as soon as I found a space, the previous word is over, the next word begins. But when I come here, I don't have a space. That the previous word is over is indication. Okay. So that's how we are going to add a space at the end to indicate that. And what are we going to do? We are going to read from here every character, and we are going to accumulate those characters which are not a space. Okay. So I'm just disabling, I'm just cutting this line for the time being. So as soon as a character is read, if it is not a space, it means it's some visible character, which is HELLO. Then we accumulate. Now here plus sign is acceptable. Some boy was asking just now, because character is added, you cannot apply a concat. So I have a blank string inside which a character will be added. So all those characters which are not a space, which are not space, it means HELLO, all of them are not a space. So they will all get added over here. So first time character read is H, nothing plus H is H. Okay, now if it's true, computer won't go to else part, comes here. Next character read is E. E. E is also not a space, so H is already there, plus E becomes HE. L is read, L is also not a space, so HE plus L is HE double L. Another L is read, L is also not a space, so HE double L. O is read, O is not a space, so it will be added. Okay, sorry. Now, when the space comes, space not equal to space is a false statement. So computer comes here. Okay, now if I actually write here system dot out dot println w, then the word that is sys, yeah, the word that has been accumulated here will get printed here. Counting will take place. C is equal to C plus. So first word is done. Now the word has been used, so I will blank it out so that I can have another word coming. Otherwise, the previous word remain there, the new word start getting added. So W is equal to blank will blank it out. Okay, and then comes here. So my C value is by this time 1. The word must have been printed over here. Hello. Okay, and this blank has blanked out. Now we go back here. Computer will read Mumbai, MUMBAI. All of them are not a space, so they will all come here. The moment computer will read this space, space not equal to space is false. So computer will come here and print that Mumbai. Okay, Mumbai. And counting will be 2 because this is a second word. Sorry, my mistake. 2. Okay, the moment it is counted, blank will blank it out. Comes here, read the next word now. HOW will be read one after the other. Every character, none of them are space, so HOW will get automatically accumulated here. The moment computer will come here, space not equal to space is false. So how will get printed here, and this will be counted to 3. Blank will blank this out. Next, like that, R, U, and all of them. Now, when it comes to 1, 2, 3, copy. So 1, 2, 3. So none of them are all right spaces, so they will all get added. Now, after this, when computer will repeat the loop, it will take the last space which we have added. So space not equal to space is false. So this 1, 2, 3 will get printed over here as 1, 2, 3 and a question mark. And then whatever the counting would take place. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It must have been 6. So we'll make it 7. This one will blank it out. So the word will be blanked out. But at the end, It will print how many words were there. Along with that, what we have also done here is we have to know how many alphabets are there. So you can do before if or after if. One place we are adding, we are checking if it is letter, alphabet. So we'll say if character dot is letter. Is letter will check for alphabet of ch. If that is true, then we will say m plus plus. So this will check only whether the character is an alphabet or not. So if this condition is true, m will get accumulated, calculated. If this condition is false, computer will ignore m. So at the end, I will come to know how many alphabets are there and how many words in the form of C. As of now, it is printing the word as well. So if I take hello Mumbai 123 as my input, which one was this? Yeah, as my input, it tells me, okay, this print is not required. I have just done it. Every word, they are counted as 7 words, and how many words were alphabets over here in this. So what is important for you to know is how to break the string into words. What is to be done on each word can be done here. This line is not required. So if I actually disable this line and print, the words will not get printed, but at least the frequency will come to. Okay, so I hope you guys have got this words part. This is another very hot question which is likely to come again. The initials of a person, because it's a character based question. Okay, so it says print and display the initials. This can be done. Initial is nothing but a first letter of every word to be printed. Okay, first letter of every word to be printed with a dot behind. So this can be done 2 ways. Okay, first letter of each word. So if I take in here only, okay, I'll just show you here. So in this case, I disable this line. I don't need this line. The word is coming here. Okay, so if I actually take this Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi also, I can take. Sorry, my mistake here. It's here. It's a little typo error. So I copy this. Okay. See here, if I compile this and run, I put Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, it gives me Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. Every word is separate. Option 1 is I just take instead of W, what if I say W dot char at 0? It means instead of Mohandas, it will only print M. And instead of print ln, I should print. Now if I print, Mohandas ka M will come, Karamchand ka only K will come, Gandhi ka only G will come, like that. Every character, every word ka only first character. So if I print this, you can see, okay, this is not required, but Mohandas M, Das ka D, Karamchand is K, Chand is C, alright, and Gandhi is G. This has come. This I have to just remove. So I am able to get this. Okay, if I disable this line, now I just have to add a dot. So I'll say plus dot, and that's it. My program is ready. This is one way. Okay, option 1. Option 2 could have been, which is a very interesting option. I will add a space before this and I'll read every character. Okay, so I'm adding a space here. Okay, assuming there is a space here. I add a space before it and then I start reading every character. As soon as I find a space, I read the next character and add with a dot. Now all of them don't have a space. So the moment I find a space, I read the next character with a dot. Again, I go ahead as soon as I find a space, next character with a dot. As soon as I go ahead, the next character with a dot like that. So I can do this program using character reading as well. So if I pick up any question from character reading, okay, from here, say copy, and I say new class, paste. Okay, and I say initial 2. One moment, let me just see. I think I should have initial 2. Initials mein kya hai? Yeah, here is a question. Sorry. So I have here Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar. So what we did is we did add a space before Sachin. So the space has come in here. Okay, now we don't need all this. Okay, so we go from 0 to the s dot length. This is another question. I'm just changing it. Okay, so we read every character. As soon as a character is read, I can check is a space like this. I can check is it a space like this, or I can check is it a space like this. All three are applicable. So as soon as I take a character, what I'm doing instead of print statement, I'm accumulating it. H is equal to H plus is my blank plus whatever the character index position of I, because it's a space, plus 1. So that's the next word. So after the space, next character. After the space, next character. After the space, next character. So whichever place the space is found, the next character is taken and accumulated with a plus behind it into a variable called H. So as soon as this is over, I just have to print H. Okay, so if I say compile and I say Mohandas Karamchand, and it will still give me the same initials as I want. So the question can be done in two ways. One of the ways here, okay, so I'm keeping this here right in front of you, and another way is here, which is this will not come. This is a new version. So if you see, either I check a space and then go ahead, or I take or I take all right a word and I remove a 0 number character. So both the ways is possible. Whichever way you're comfortable, you are free to do. This array index position we have done. Okay, this is another question that is good question to come. No, this is a good question. Define a class to accept a string. Convert all uppercase to lowercase. So whichever is uppercase, convert to lowercase. All right, and replace all the vowels to a digit. Some character. It not necessarily 7. Any character it can come. So all the vowels. So we have to find out where is the vowel. Okay, so accepting a string is very simple. Converting into uppercase is very simple. Sorry, uppercase to lowercase is very simple. So as soon as a statement comes, I convert the whole statement dot to lowercase, everything becomes small. Now we have to start reading each character and start converting into a character. What you call digit 7. So I should have here. No. Yeah, here. So here is a string coming from the user. We convert first everything into lowercase. So if I am with all right, I welcome you back. Everything will become here as I welcome you back. Now we read from 0 to every character. If the because everything is small letter, I'm checking if it is a vowel, overwrite it by 7. If it is a vowel, then overwrite it by 7 and then accumulate. This is outside, this is a loop. So if you want, I can show you a block over here. Okay, this is a block. So only if it is a vowel, it will become 7. Okay, CH value. If that is a vowel, then convert it into 7 and accumulate it. If it is not a vowel, then what was read will get accumulated. So all characters which are not a vowel will automatically get added here. And if there is a vowel, then it becomes 7 and then get added here. So if I write like this, copy, now this could be any character. Okay, I can put hash, at the rate, something. So if I compile this and run this program, you can see wherever there was a vowel, it became 7. Everywhere else, it is the character. So this kind of a question also can come. And the last question in this category is a statement. Input a word from the user and remove the duplicate character. So assuming there is a duplicate character, I don't mind taking this. Okay. So what we are going to do here, we are going to read each character. If the character is equal to the next character, then we will skip that loop and go to the next character. And if it is not same, then we will accumulate it somewhere. So how is this question done? This question is done somewhere over here. So if you look at it, here is a Java. We immediately add a space at the end because we want the last character to be checked with something. So we added a space. Okay, we don't need this line at all. We go from 0 to the last character. So computer will read every character now. Once a character is read, so a character is read, it is immediately matched with the next character. So 0 is matched with the next. Now what does it say? If it is the same character, continue. I hope everybody knows what's the meaning of continue. Continue will continue the process. All right. If it is same, continue means immediately computer will skip this line and go to the next. So whenever character is matching, computer will immediately continue. Now logic is whenever, no matter how many times A is repeated, the moment the last A will come, it will check with V. Now if it is not same, it means this is the character we read over here and +1 is this character. So we read two characters together. If they are not matching, it means they will get added over here. Okay, which one? The CH, the A. So if this is A, okay, if this is A, this is checking actually A with V. Because A is over here, V is over here. So if A and V are checked, if they are same, like in this case, they would be same, then computer will immediately skip this line and go over here to take the next iteration. So when A will be checked with V, A and V are not same, so computer will not continue, but it will go here, all right, to add. So what is CH? CH is A. So first character, if I say 0 and 1, J is checked with A. Okay, J is checked with A. Is it same? The answer is no. They are not same. They are not equal. So computer will not continue but come here. So J will be added. Nothing plus J is J. Now when the next loop will go, it will check A with A. A and A. Is it same? Yes. Then continue will ignore this line and come here to take you to the next A, that is this A with V, the next character, J and V. Now if you look at it, J, V are not same, so it will come here and add this character which is A. So J plus A become JA. Now when the loop repeats, it is going to read V and it is going to now compare this V with this one. They are same. So continue will skip this line and come here to read the next one. Now this V will be checked with the second V with the third V. It is still same, so continue will come here and take me to the next line. Again, now the third V will be checked with A. So V is equal to A. not true. So immediately we will get added here. This character is added here. Now computer will read A with A. So now A with A. It is same. So computer will continue, skip this process, take the second A with third A. It is still same. So continue will take me till here. The third A, all right, with the fourth A. It is still same. So continue will come here. Now the fourth A, the last A, okay, last A will be checked with that extra space that I have added over here. It is not same. So that last A will get added over here. That's how Java is created. If I compile this program and run, it repeats. I can take another function, another also. So S, U is single character, C one of them is taken, E one of them is taken, and S one of them is taken. Okay, now the last question that we have in this category is we go back and take this array wala. If at all question has been asked to have a string array of 10 size and perform, all right, convert each word into uppercase. Now it is an array, so on every element of an array this function will be applicable, and those who begin with alphabet A, so print those strings which is alphabet A. So converting doesn't tell you printing. Okay, so we accept 10 words, we convert all of them into uppercase, and now we say how many begins with A. Okay, so it says print those strings which begins with A, so we have to print them, count those words and print the count. So we have to print and we have to also count. Okay, so इसको बोल सर ऑनलाइन क्लास में बैठे हैं, ठीक है, जैसे फ्री होंगे कॉल करेंगे. कितनी बार बोन बजा दिया? One moment. Okay, so if I come here and I read this, so I go to the class. This should be somewhere here. Yeah. So here is I've just put 3. Okay, I can put any question. So it says alphabet 10 size. So of course I'm supposed to write here 10, but if I write 10, I have to enter 10 words. So I created a string of 10 array. I'll write 10 over here after some time. We input. Okay, so the moment I input a string, immediately I will override itself by uppercase. So converting them into uppercase became very simple. Okay, now this time I cannot write just name dot to uppercase because name of I is a variable that holds one word. The whole word will get converted into uppercase and write. So by the time this loop is over, whatever 10 that words is entered is taken as a into uppercase. Now it says how many begins with. So we will immediately create a loop and we'll say actually I could have written this also inside, but I just thought I must show you separately. So we again read the entire string. As soon as name of I dot caret of 0, because that's your first character. Okay, it begins with A. I will not only count, but I will also print that. So the loop will read all the words wherever the character A is starting point of any particular element, that will not only be printed but counted, and at the end I'm going to count how many words there as a C, provided my C is declared to 0. So there are only 3 words, so I'm going to run this program and say Abhay, Alok, and I put some other name. It tells me there are 2. There are 2 of them being printed with A beginning, and they are telling how many words are beginning. So now here, if you look at it, we have applied string into an array. So if I make this 10, I'll have 10 words being now asked. That's it. I'm not entering 10 words, but here is 10 words. So entering, now I can write this entire process inside as well over here. Okay. So if you're a regular programmer, a better programmer, more practiced programmer, all right, immediately, okay, you can't print here because as soon as you input, you can't print. Okay, otherwise what will happen? Input print will come here. That's why I remember now. That's how we were discussing. That's how you can't do it printing part together. Printing, anything to do with printing in an array has to be done separately than an input. Because then if I print this inside, then every time a name is input converted, if it is immediately checked, then it will immediately show output. So in between input output will come. Array generally says you have to input everything and then output everything. Okay, and then the last one there in this category is accept a sentence from the user and perform the following operation. So count the number of words present in a sentence. Okay, and alphabet, total number of, we have done this, which is missing. Yeah. Declare an array of 20 size integer. I think the smallest and the largest number. Yeah, this is another good question. The smallest and the largest number. Okay, the smallest and the largest number. It's a testing question. Many students are still finding it difficult. I don't know why. So I'm going to make it here. This should be the smallest, largest. One moment, let me just see. Okay, I'll take this as a value. Okay, smallest and the largest. All of you must focus. So here is the input values. Okay, we don't know what will come. So I'm just taking, this could be any number. I'm putting 5. 5 numbers. I created an array. I'm inputting an array using loop. All numbers are accepted. Now, how do I know within given value which is smallest and largest? So we declare first, only pay attention on this part. Okay, so I'm going to delete this part just to show you. Okay, and I'm going to also disable this line. Okay, so understand here, I have declared a greatest number as n of 0. So whatever entered value in this case, okay, so I'm just writing here randomly some numbers. Say 5, 3, 2, 7, and 1. So my first n0, gr will become 5. So at this case, my gr greatest number is 5. Why? I declared it as 0 index, this one. Because I have to only check within them. I can't say negative, how old negative number, how 0, can't. So my first value is my greatest number, assume. Okay, now I go from one number because 0 is already being taken. So 1 onwards, I'm reading everything. 1 till the length. Now what am I doing? If my computer read value, that is 3 first time, is greater than gr, which is 5. So we'll say, is 3 greater than 5? False. We come here. We take the next number, which is 2. 2 greater than 5? False. We come here. We got 7. Okay, so this is 0, 1, 2, 3. In 3 number index, n3 is 7 is greater than 5, true. So I immediately say gr is n3. So gr now at this line will become 7. Okay, because it is overwriting itself. And I'm taking a position. It is in the 3 position. gr of 3 was read. 0, 1, 2, and 3. So I value must have been 3. That is my position, index position, in case you are asked. Okay. Now computer will go ahead after this to read the next position 4. gr4 is 1. 1 greater than gr. gr is last value was 7. 7. 1 greater than 7 is false. Now the loop is over. It should tell me maximum value 7 in which position. User index is always +1. So 3 plus 1, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4th position it is. So it is telling you. So if I input a number 5, 3, 2, 7, 1. Okay, I input a value 5, 3, 2, 7, 1. If I take randomly, okay, now I don't know what number I'm going to enter. Tells me 76 in position 5. Now the same thing I can apply on the minimum value. So if I undo this, okay. Oh God, why did I do that? If I undo this and I say the same rule I'm going to apply, I will pick up a number. Let's say again, if I add here 5, 3, 2, 7 and 1. My zero index is 5, which is my minimum value. Minimum value. So in the same loop, my minimum value, if I read 5, 5 less than 1, false. Okay, next value, sorry, my mi is 5, my mistake, mi is 5, mi is 5. So I'll start from first, 3. 3 less than 5 is true. So mi will immediately become 3. And my index position at that point of time must have been 1, because this is starting with 1, n of 1 is 3. So 1 is my position. Now immediately after that, computer will take 2 number position, n of 2. N of 2 is 2. So 2 less than 3 is a 2 statement. So mi will override it by 2. And index position will also be 2. Now computer will read index position 3, n of 3, which is 7. 0, 1, 2, 3, which is 7. 7 less than 7, 7 less than mi, which is 2. 7 less than 2, false, comes here. The last index position, okay, this is 4. So this is 4. N4 is 1. 1 less than mi, mi is 2. 1 less than 2 is true. So mi will become n of 4, which is 1. And the index position is 4. Now the loop is over. So the last value computer will print here, and its index position 4 plus 1, 5. Human count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my input is 5, 3, 5, 3, 2, 7, 1. Tell me minimum value and the position, maximum value and the position. Okay, so this is how it will work. Yes, anybody has any question now? Please fire your questions, raise your hands. So I'll enable you to talk. Raise your hand. Yeah, Tanish. Yes, Tanish.
Good evening, sir. Sir, could you once again explain the program to merge two arrays?
Okay, I'll do that. Anything else?
No, sir. Thank you.
Yes, Kishore. One moment. Kishore is raise the hand, then he give. Okay, let me see some of the chats. Yes, these answers are also there, bacha, with the rough box. So I hope they will give you that. I have sent all the answers as well. If answers are not there, I'll do it right now. Don't worry. Is that very clear? I'll do it right now. Don't worry. Anything else? Okay, I'll do this last one, merge, though it is not here. Okay, but if it is, it would have been there. The merging part, I think it's here. No. Merging of array. One moment. I'll see that. Save. This is not there now. Just a moment. Too many open links. Got too many links. Now, if you look at this, okay, merging should not be asked, but since you've asked me, I'm just showing you this. Logically, if you look at it, okay, my array A is having values 1, 5, 7, 9, 2, 7, 4, 8, and 3. My array B will have some lesser value 2, 6, 3, 8, and 0. Is it? Now, if you look at this, the index positions. Okay, so okay, let me see first the C1 as well. So if I add C over here, I have 1, 5, 7, 9, 2, 7, 4, 8, 3, 2, 6, 3, 8, and 0. Now, if you write the index positions, okay, if you write the index positions, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, if I write a corresponding here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7, and 8. If you see the index positions are matching here with C. And then here you have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to be here, which is after this. Now, this is of course 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. So, in a simple sense, if I want to do, I'll generate a loop for first for A. I'm going to say I is equal to 0, I less than A dot length, I plus plus. So, I'm generating all these numbers, okay, in the form of I. And I'll straight say C of I is equal to A of I. Simple. So, all the values of A has been passed on to C. Same to same index number. C0 is A0, C1 will be A1. Alright, so this value will get transferred here. So all the values gone. Now for other one, what can I do is I can start. So the last index position of I in this case is 8. This must have reached 9. 9 less than 8 must have this must have reached 9. 9 less than 9 must have been false. So I value must have been 9, which is my new index position. So I can straight say for int p is equal to I, p less than, now I go to c dot length, p plus plus. Okay. Now if you look at this way, if I say c of p, it means c of 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. This will go. But in this case, I want b of here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because it is starting with 0, goes up to 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another variable, let's say PC is equal to 0. Okay, and I straight say C over here. I'm just doing it outside. You can do it inside also. Okay, C is already there. So I said D is equal to 0, B of D. And I said D plus plus. So first time C9 will take B0. B0 value has gone into C9. Now D value has become 1. So next time when the loop repeats, it will apply here 1. So B of 1, but C P value has also gone up from 9 to 10. So C10 will take B1. So B1 value 6 will go to C10. D plus plus will make this to 2. The loop repeat, 10 will also become 11. So C11 will take B2. B2 is 3, will go into C11. Like that it will go, and at the end I'm going to say for int I is equal to 0, I less than C dot length, I plus plus, and I say system.out.println C of I. So all the value of C will now get printed as a merged array. Simple. So guys, the rule is very simple when you're going to appear for your exam. Okay, so I'm just going to make some rule very clear. Last tip to all of us. Rule is very simple. When you're going to go to your exam, you will while reading a question, suppose God forbid you don't know any question. Okay, for some reason, any theory question you don't know, you leave first unknown question. Okay, and you will definitely see that you will solve the known question. Okay, in theory first. Of course, leave means don't leave the question, leave the gap as well. Okay, in section B, in reading time, you are going to see first 4 questions. Select best 4 first. So suppose this will be your question 1. Now question 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, out of which you'll have to do any 4. Okay, assuming that you know 3 1 best. Okay, you know 4, then you have 6 and 7. You do them first. Okay, but you are little doubtful about maybe question number 2 and 5. So you will not do at that point of time. Okay, you will do 1, 2, 3 and 4 first. Once you finish them, okay, these questions, you go back to the theory. So you will go back to unknown question. So now you will go back to unknown question. You will use your time to first solve them. Okay, so in case you fumble it also, you at least gone through something that you know really well. Okay, so while solving, you have a doubt, leave that space and go to the next question. Don't unnecessarily whack your brain. You lose a lot of time. Okay, once you finish unknown question, then you need to also check. So this will be your 3 number. This will be your 4. Then you will go back and check all answers first. 7, you are going to check in program. Semicolons, brackets, all right, properly. Check for declaration. Every variable is done. All right, check for comments. You do not have, you have no variable description table. Don't write. Okay, no variable description table. But wherever possible, not every line, but at least a process. Okay, wherever possible, write some comments, especially when you are not using the variables as per the data value it stores. So you just write a comments by putting a comment line and put a comment. Storing value, all right, reading, you're using loop to read data value or character, using loop to read what do you call an array value, comparing between values like that you'll use. I'll get back to you, don't worry. Okay, use that comments. Once you finish this all and you still have time, though ICC has said, but at least solve one extra question, because it is possible, it is likely that in the exam your mind is different level working, you may end up making some mistake. If you know out of these 2, whichever is the best program, you should solve extra 1 question at least. Okay, yes, one moment, Tanisha, one moment, I'll just unmute you. Yes, Tanish.
Sir, I was asking about this variable description table only. And sir, the answers for the programs are not uploaded on the app, so could you please request them to do so?
I will send them right now.
Okay, thank you, sir.
10 minutes time it will take place. As soon as I finish, 10 minutes time I'll do it.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Sir, the comments should we write in pencil or is it okay with black pen or blue pen?
Except diagram, you should use always a black or blue pen. Okay, either of the pen, black or blue. Okay, don't worry about anything else. Yeah, you want to have time, you go have good enough time, and if your answers are in black, comment can be written in blue, no problem. It's a combination allowed. Okay, and if your answers are written in blue, you can write it in black. And if you write same color also, no, there's no extra marks for that. But ensure that your comments are written at least a one word space, and then you write with that slash, so it is very clearly seen. Variable table not required 101%. Don't worry about it. All right, but try to write comments at legible places. Input place you should have, processing place you should have, final printing at least one place you should have. All right, and don't write the entire essay about it. You just write what's happening in this line in one particular small statement. Your logic should be very clearly depicted over. Is that very clear with everyone? Fine. In 10 minutes time, the answers will come to you. Okay, take my words. 10 minutes time maximum, your answers will be uploaded. I'll just send them right now. Fine.
Sir,
Huh.
Sir, you had told us you'll be sharing us another set of questions.
No, I did not tell you. Okay, and not here. I have not told you.
Sir,
I have not told you here. Okay. So you will wait. Okay, you will wait for your messages coming from Roughbox. Okay, wait for your messages coming from Roughbox. Okay, one moment, I'm just sending right now. Okay, so thank you very much. We will from my side, it's good luck.